Hey, welcome everybody to the Sunshine Shoulders, Moonshine Shoulders Happy Hour. I'm Calvin.
I'm John, dripping wet with sweat, but I'm John.
Thank y'all so much for stopping by, especially our new viewers and new subscribers. Let me give a shout out to the NTZ crew, the ones we got left, John. We lost half of them. I see Jason Flint's on here, Caveman C, Robert Morris.
Lovely John's always on here.
Ray B101, Robert Dane.
Robert,
he's in Arizona. I didn't know it got cold up there, John.
Well, I think in the like Flagstaff and that does. So
yeah, he's I think he's in Tucson.
I didn't think it got cold there, but I've only been there twice.
Yeah.
Well, Robert, I do actually have a bottle on the ground, so I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, Robert Morris says, top of the morning, Sunshine Show. He wouldn't be Moonshine Shoulders if it wasn't drinking.
And I don't drink every day, especially at 9:30 in the morning, except for on Fridays.
Yeah. Ben Casey, Uplifting Vibration 7 says UK in the house. Wow.
Yeah,
hey, what's up, Jacob Tanjay? He's still here.
He's always a good one.
Yeah, from Houston, Texas. You ever been to Houston?
No, I haven't, but I've heard it gets very hot and humid there. So
yeah, they said, Buck, stop hiding. These women are looking for you.
What happened to Buck?
I think, well, you know, he probably got no internet connection.
Think I shut it off again?
Yeah. You got to pay your bill, Buck.
Yeah, I miss Buck. I like him. I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, they said, where's Buck? He might got a real job, Jason, now. You know, instead of trying to cut grass at night. That's not a good business.
I see one here from Doug Carr. Now, he told me he found Tonga Y over in the U.S. and it's $23.50 a bottle, where here it's $2.20.
Yeah, well, of course it's going to be more. Remember, the import.
Yes. But that's one thing I'll say. I can't remember who it was asked me if I wanted a bottle of Johnny Walker. You can buy your alcohol here much cheaper than you can in the U.S.
Yeah.
So don't do like I did and travel 8,000 miles with a bottle of Jack Daniels when you get it here for $10 less a fifth.
I don't know what. Well, I guess because of the taxes.
Yeah, it's all taxes, yes. Actually, alcohol, beer, and cigarettes have gone up a lot since I got here in 2018 as far as the taxes go. When I first came here, a pack of brand name cigarettes was only like $1, but now
everything's going up in the grocery store. That's why it's empty. Nobody shops at the grocery store. It's expensive. I mean, I buy the same stuff every time, so I notice it when I go in there. Hey, Cliff and Rue said, hey, Calvin and John, they were looking for Buck on my channel.
Really? Oh, that's funny.
Hey, Cliff, remember I'm having an all-Filipina panel on Tuesday. Ask Rue if she wants to join us.
We'd love to see her.
Yeah, we'd like to have her. Here's Carl Winter, servant of Jesus Christ.
I tell you what, I think he's in Budapest, or Romania, or someplace there. Tell us where you're at, Carl.
At 3:30 a.m. here. Just stop by to say hi before bed. Good to catch you guys. Now, are they allowed to practice Christianity there?
Oh, Budapest? Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm probably wrong. He may be someplace else, but he's in that part of Europe somewhere. He's originally from Germany, I believe.
Okay.
Rue will be on, yes.
Good. No sugarcoating, Rue.
Oh, she won't.
I'd
love to get Janessa on here, but she's too shy.
Papa Kiko said, hello, Calvin and John, from a man leaving the hamster wheel in 3 weeks.
Yes.
I'm a Hennessy man myself. Well, I told you, let us know. I'm going to buy a cake. We're going to have a party. He's in Croatia, John.
Croatia. I knew it was some part of it, that area.
Now, is he from Croatia?
No, he's from Germany, if I remember correctly. But he's been with us a long time.
Yeah, because I know that it's been a while. Doug Carr said, John, I bought that bottle of Tanduay. I can tell I haven't drank for a while. I think it almost took the top of my skull off.
That is 80 proof. But like I say, if you would get a bottle of the same grade in Bacardi, which you're going to pay about 3 times as much for, if you did a blind tasting, you wouldn't tell the difference. At least I wouldn't.
Earl Till said, hi, Marina. Somebody's on her. He's right now, he's in our Hall of Fame, John, Earl Till.
I still can't believe he spent that much.
I do. Robert Dame said, remember when they tackled that guy for selling single cigarettes, tackled him and he passed out and died? And I know I saw a single cigarette being sold on the streets of Manila, no problem. Yeah.
They sell them at all the sorry stores here.
Oh, yeah, because they can't afford a whole pack. But that's how expensive it is up there in New York. Imagine you selling single cigarettes, John. Remember, The people in Manila aren't black either, Robert. So, you know, they give you a break. Oh, okay, yeah, he's a German Croatian mix. Now, were you there for the Civil War that went on, Carl? I hope you wasn't. Hey, Soul School music lovers, thanks for that
Thank you
super
very
sticker.
much.
Abdi Hassan, he said, are there a mosque in your area? Yeah, it's a lot, but not a lot here in St. Carlos.
There are a few, though. I do, too.
But when I was in, Zamboanga down south, yeah, I live right across from a mosque.
I haven't seen any mosque here.
That's where a lot of the Muslim community is in the Philippines. I'm pretty sure they've got them in Manila, but most of them are in. If
we go downtown, we see Muslims, so they gotta gather somewhere, I would think.
Yeah, but not a lot here. But yeah, in Jacob Johns at the Sunshine Crew, they call them Lucy's. What's that?
The single cigarettes?
Okay, yeah, okay. Lucy's, yeah.
Now up in Ohio and West Virginia where I'm from, I never saw a single cigarette sold till I went down to the Memphis, Tennessee area. And they used to sell them single down there.
Okay. Hello, Maximus. Here's Herb. What's up?
Hey, Herb.
John said he enjoyed you on
the panel. I thought he was great. I really enjoyed him. I didn't know you were retired 2019. I asked Calvin today who you were, so I'll just call you Herb from now on if that's okay with you.
Hey, Marina, hello. Can I ask help to boost my channel so I can start YouTube? Of course. As a matter of fact, if you want to come on the panel Tuesday, Marina, that'll be a good time to do it. We'll help boost your channel. You may want to wear a bikini. That'll help you on the jump.
Well, but then
say booty.
No, don't do that. Poor fucking Joe got shut up. But don't wear a bikini because they'll be calling us the San Carlos disciples.
Yeah. But that helps to boost the channel. I mean, to boost her channel. She wants more views and more subscribers. So wear a bikini. That'll help. Because one of the top Filipino YouTubers here in the Philippines, all she does is wear a bikini and splash around the water.
I saw one, all she did, I think it was, I'm not going to say the name, but she washed her motorcycle. That was her video.
Oh, okay. Carl Winters, well, Jean did that the other day, too.
Oh, did she?
She washed
this was the other one. What was
she
small province
with
girl
water. And I wish I could do that, guys, but that's jungle fever. But y'all don't believe it. See, that's a part of jungle fever. When you sit there and watch a 15-minute video of a woman washing a, that's jungle fever.
John, please don't put a bikini on. Yeah, you don't want to see that.
Calvin, what are you drinking? I'm drinking the Smart C. If I'm not drinking that blue, I'm drinking Smart C. This is 700 milligrams of vitamin C. With this COVID and everything going on, believe it or not.
I saw a question on there, John. What would Red Horse be comparable to in the U.S.? That Steel Reserve, high gravity beer, or even Colt 45 malt liquor? It's a strong beer. Yeah.
Pierre Bernard said 2 hours ago the power went out, lost some work files. Thankfully, it was out only for an hour. Went outside and stared at the sidewalk, palm trees, and wished this was the Philippines instead of L.A. Wow, y'all got brownouts in L.A.?
I saw on the news about a year ago that California was having brownouts.
Wow,
I don't know how bad they are.
That's infrastructure, right, John?
Yes.
In America. Okay, just like Lucille and Coohan Lou.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said, be hot and sincere, Marina. Yeah. And wear a bikini.
Oh, don't scare her. You don't have to wear a bikini.
Okay, Jay said, I saw Buck yesterday. He was passed out in the trailer park. He had a case of Mad Dog.
I tell you what, Jay is on his butt.
Well, like I said, a lot of times, you got to pay your internet bill. Okay, Marina says, thank you. I'm just silent follower here, collecting ideas how to start.
Well, get on the panel will be the best place to start.
Yeah, that'll be place
get
to
you
start.
used to being
and
on the
just
camera.
Talk about your life and the things that you can talk about 100%.
Yeah.
And that you know about. Don't the Philippines is one of the most popular genres on YouTube. So it's easy, especially. There's no better time. Watch my video. It's called Jungle Fever. There's no better time to be a Filipino woman than it is now. I mean, especially if you want to start a YouTube channel and earn a few bucks. I say go for it. I'll help you. Cliff and Rue said, hand us some lechon. Keep her happy. He said, what's up? I love lechon. This guy says, Old English 800.
Yes.
It's the power, yeah.
It'd be very similar. I think it's like 7%. Like I say, I actually prefer the San Miguel Pale Pilsner or even the Golden Eagle. The Pale Pilsner is about 5%, I think, and the Golden Eagle is about 4%.
The Orchid King said, Calvin, I was watching Holla. Who's that?
I have no idea.
Holla. Hollow. To pass the time before you started. Hi. What do you mean? Jungle Fever is Wesley Snipes. Yeah. It was a good movie. One of my favorite by Spike Lee. Actually, and Dee Gordon reminded me, Halle Berry had a small part in that too.
Oh, did she?
And kind of got started, in that movie. But it really made Samuel Jackson a star. Believe it or not. Let's see. Yeah, wait, I'm going back. I'm trying to get as many as I can. Okay, let's see.
But like Calvin said before, you can't get them all.
Sounds like a nice, lusty experience. Yeah, Jungle Fever, that's Wesley. They said a bamboo fever.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of bamboo here.
There's a lot of jungle here. You got to realize that in 1900, I looked this up, guys, before I called it Jungle Fever. The Philippines was 70% jungle and forest in 1900.
I believe that. I wonder what it is now.
Now it's about, in 2007 was the last time they did a survey. It was about a third of that. So about 23%.
And that's probably in the mountains where it's hard to live anyway. I mean, we can travel 5 miles outside of San Carlos and be in the jungle.
By the time the United States bombed this place, we came over about 1899, and we've been bombing ever since till we left. We damn near destroyed Manila, trying to get the Japanese out.
I say the Japanese helped a little bit.
Well, I'm just saying, but we basically did that. It's like setting a house on fire trying to kill a roach. But we did it. And that's he said, I think Buck is rowing over to the Philippines. What in that damn, he's got a 16 by 80. It's not a double wide, he said.
He's going to float it over, huh?
It's funny. I don't see any trailers over here.
No,
that would do good over here, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't think so. I think that because I thought about that. The reason I think is you can build a house cheaper than you can buy a prefab trailer. That's what I'm thinking because the labor's so cheap. I mean, what's a trailer cost in the U.S.? It's going to be more than what you paid for your house.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, more than what you paid for your house.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get a used a double wide for $49,000 when I was leaving.
Well, that's $49,000. You paid $20,000 for a nice house.
Michael Dorsonville said Samuel Jackson was the crackhead brother. Yeah, he was. David Brand said we got to get rid of the roaches for sure. Yeah, they damn near destroyed Manila trying to get them out of here. Yeah, they got prefab. But you very seldom
I haven't seen anything. Now, I believe it. But
what you don't want to do, guys, if you come over here, you want to build a house, don't buy in these old subdivisions. You don't want to do that. You're going to get stuck in there. You're not going to be able to sell it. There's no lot space. Everybody's, And
that's something else. Don't go buying a house for $5 million. You're not going to be able to sell it, I don't think.
Oh, my God.
Or $3 million or something like that. Nobody,
Ramsey Dodge fan said, Calvin, is there any place in the Philippines where you could live near the sea? Clear water, but
Sipawa Island, the whole thing.
Well, it's so. I mean, you gotta realize the Philippines is an archipelago surrounded by water. There's so many places, but you gotta finish that statement because I think you didn't type everything. Robert Dame says, Buck may not like the thin line if he can't figure out the high or low of it. when you told him he should support the family, I don't bother coming over 8,000 miles.
He didn't like that.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
But I think Buck's kind of like me, where he just says stuff to get people going.
Yeah, but at the same time, John, you can't come over here expecting something from them.
Oh, I agree.
You gotta,
I agree.
It's just how it is over here, man. I mean,
almost everywhere.
Yeah,
you get something for
especially
nothing.
here. I mean, let's see.
At 7:30 this morning, it was. What did I tell you? The temperature today at 7:30 this morning was 80 degrees. Felt like 88 with 85% humidity. I walked to Calvin's place. Took me about 10 minutes. I am wet. My shirt is wet. My hair is wet.
Now, while you on that subject, it's the first time ever I've seen it, but today the peso is exactly 50 pesos to the dollar.
Oh, really?
There's no 50 point this or 50 point that. It's exactly 50 pesos. Yeah, to the dollar, that's pretty good. Calvin, is there any place in the Philippines where you can live near clear water yet still close to good hospitals? Well, let's see. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one because all the hospitals are in the urban cities.
And even Dumaguete, the water is not clean there like it is here.
Yeah, but how close are you talking about? Because on Cebu Island, you can be, an hour away, 2 hours away. What are you talking about? Close. But most of the places that got the good hospitals are urban cities.
Hey, I see Pumpkin Joe's with us. Good to see you, buddy. Enjoyed your live the other day.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah. I don't get his notifications, but I got one the other day, and he was already on for 10 or 15 minutes. I got on there for a while. I really enjoyed it. I saw a lot of people that we see here.
Yeah, I love the chance. My wife told me about a house for sale in her hometown for $4.5 million. Wow. She didn't like the pictures of it, so it's probably still for sale.
It's hard to get rid of one here for that much unless you find another Westerner to buy it.
Mr. Vega said my app says peso dollars 50.61. Yeah. Here, this was at 7. Let me take a look real quick and I'll show you. Because, it doesn't stay.
It changes constantly.
Yeah. Now it's 50.59.
Okay, so yeah.
So,
another hour, maybe more or less.
What's going on, Daryl Fulmore? He's down he's in let's see.
I enjoyed him on the panel, though, I'll tell you.
Seattle, Washington, yeah.
Oh, he's in Seattle?
Yeah. He said Manila Bay's close to the hospital. Yeah, but the water's not so clear, man. Not there, I'll tell you that. Even though they did that old Dolomite, white sand, man, they probably that's probably poop station right there. Is. I'm pretty sure.
Well, even in Valley Hermosa, 24 kilometers here, I was swimming in the water and I saw a disposable diaper going by my head. So.
Yeah, I was in Zamboanga. They've got a place called the Gulf. The Gulf is really what it is. They call it the Gulf. It's golf. It's a golf course, but it's right on the ocean, and that's where everybody goes to, for the picnic and everything like that, man. I seen a damn submarine come by me. I haven't gotten the water since. John Williams says, hot as hell, moonshine still don't tan.
I never tan. I get red, I burn, and that's it. And I get white again. Then I burn again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Buck ever show you his baby picture? You saw it?
It had the same head. It was on a naked baby on a bearskin rug. It was scary.
Malcolm McNichols said, hey, it's my 2 favorite expats, man.
Malcolm.
Love you guys. What's going on, brother?
There's
Smoky Mountain Modeler.
While we got Jeff on here, I saw him on another channel was talking about he was worried about changing his money at the airport. I recommend you change it there. I don't know.
Yeah, I do too. That's always been my recommendation.
And I looked it up that day, and it's only a quarter of a peso.
It's not worth
the dollar.
It's not worth the problems that the potential problem. That's why I always tell guys that Imagine if you did $1,000 there, what you gonna lose $7 or something?
So a quarter of a peso.
Hein, the
Water's
water,
there.
the too big, rather.
But I think Jeff was worried about being a target. Somebody seen him in the airport getting all this money and being a target. I never.
Well,
I
not
never
in
had that.
Cebu, because you know why? You're gonna be surrounded by armed guards, and they can't see from the outside. It's not like Manila. Man, the last time I flew into Manila, which was 2016, believe it or not, the money exchanger was outside.
Really?
I did only $200,
What?
man. And then some guy sitting right there watching me. The minute I did it, he comes up asking for money.
I don't like Manila Airport. I'll be honest.
I don't like
I prefer
it. I
Cebu.
don't fly in there anymore. Hey, Daryl, he said 159 watching, only 40 thumbs up, John. They know it's free to hit the thumbs up, guys.
And I gave one thumb up before I came up here to Calvin's place. That's only 39.
Yeah. He said, are you sure that submarine wasn't a torpedo?
It might have been.
Yeah,
It might have been.
I'll tell you what.
Well, like I say, I was in the water. I saw a disposable diaper coming by. So I picked it up and threw it. Well, within 5 minutes, I saw one coming on the other side. I got out of the water.
He says he used to swim in the Bay in the 70s. Yeah.
It might have been worse then than now. I don't know. Of course, population's growing a lot.
Jason Flint said that Carl Winter, servant of Jesus Christ. See you.
Now, Carl, do you pronounce your name Vinters? Because if he's German, they say V's with W's.
He's a servant of Jesus Christ.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not a follower, a servant. I love the chance. A drink on my job would cost more than Dom Perignon. Yes, any more than 0.01 alcohol level will give me the can. Yeah, they'll fire you. I don't blame you. But anyway, he said, "Hey, Calvin, do you have land at your new house to grow vegetables like yams?" Yeah, we got a nice little spot over there that she's going to work with. It's going to be on that same side as the guest house.
As far as growing bananas, I don't know what all is involved in that. I mean, the trees get pretty big. Probably take a few years.
YT Flavor makes a great point, and this is what Anthony was talking about, how they're building up that Clark is going to have a BGC area out there. He said Clark Airport is brand new. Clark will be the most modern city in the Philippines to live in soon. Yeah. He said that the other day. He was on my panel.
I tell you, I enjoyed listening to Anthony on the panel too. I thought he was really good.
Maxima said just change $100 for the taxi or Grab taxi fare to get you to your hotel from the airport. Then change money changer once in town. But you got to be careful with these money changers, guys.
You get fake money.
Not only that, but people watch you when you go into places like that. You're already a foreigner. Remember, we're invisible until we start going in banks, until we start going in money exchanging places.
I agree with
like that. Now, if you're going to do a money exchange, I'd go in the mall and I'd go inside the bank. Okay, but if it's only going to cost you $7 per thousand, why not just do it right there?
Well, I mean,
at least to keep you going for a while.
I don't know how much less the money changers are. I doubt if they're much less than that. Well, okay, so then maybe they're a quarter. You'll save $3.50 on 1,000.
Yeah. K-Man C said, fellas, what type of sports in your area? If you see that center mall that I told you, there's basketball, tennis, soccer. They play.
Cycling's big.
What's the other one? Not tennis. Badminton.
I see that.
Remember, this is
volleyball. This
is great weather all year round. So it's a lot of outside sports here. Even motorbikes they have around this time because the Fiesta's here now. Man, I'll tell you what, John. I don't know if you saw.
I went 2 years ago.
I was at the City Mall yesterday to get some groceries, and man, I see these tall women, about 7 of them. They're part of the Fiesta, part of the Miss St. Carlos City beauty contest. I mean, I wish I had my phone. I took some pictures, guys. These were beauties. Okay.
I went to the Fiesta down at our auditorium 2 years ago, and it was impressive.
Yeah, I was there.
Good.
Did
you go?
I was there. Did you see the big stage out with the live music and everything?
Yes.
And the
by Unitop.
They were throwing paint and everything on everybody.
Yeah, it was good.
Joshua Mason says, is that the submarine I hope.
The one I saw wasn't yellow.
This one was yellow.
Oh, it was yellow?
They wasn't eating a whole lot of greens and stuff. Pumpkin Joe said, last time I left for the U.S., there was a 15 peso difference in Moncton Airport.
15 pesos?
Well, here's the thing, though. Of course, when you leave now, the price is higher.
Oh, he's selling it back.
When you sell the money back, it's a lot higher. They're going to get you.
They're going to get you.
You know.
Well, the last time that I came here, I was going to change my money in the U.S. Well, I tell you what, it was like you said, like 15 or 20 pesos on the dollar. I waited until I got here, and like I say, it's only like a quarter peso a dollar in Manila at the airport.
Yeah, but Pumpkin Joe, when you leave, it's always more expensive.
Yep.
They're going to get you. That's why I say, come over and spend your damn money, man, because when you get to the airport and cash you back in, they're going to rip you up one side and down the other. Yeah, mountain biking.
That is very. Every time I go to the mountains, I see 15 or 20. I mean, and these mountains here are big. They're tall.
Lagama says, what's the beef situation? We don't get much beef here, do we, John?
The beef here is imported from New Zealand, Argentina, and Australia.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Now, when you go to other places like Dumagetti, they've got a beef.
But you're going to pay.
You're going to pay.
You're going to pay.
I love the Sean said, I noticed that Bank of America will allow you to order foreign currency in advance. I'm thinking of doing that before my next trip to the Philippines.
Well, see what the exchange rate is.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's more than a quarter peso, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and remember, you can't bring more than 10,000 U.S. over here.
There's a guy down in Mindanao. He had like 10,500 with him. He said it turned into a real big deal. Homeland Security in the U.S. got on him and everything else. It thought he was trying to launder money.
Yeah, Steele said, right, be careful changing or picking money up. People do get mugged, especially in those big cities like Manila and Cebu.
I mean, I think you'd be okay here.
Yeah, you'd be okay here.
But even Dumagetti.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, because so much foreign, people there. And Daryl Foreman said, had to sell one of our stubborn piglets. No piglet producing pigs today. The rate was 125 pesos per kilo, earning 19,000 pesos. How much did you pay for it, Daryl? Remember,
because you have to feed it too. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You have to feed it. You have to take care of it. And see, this is where it gets squirrely with doing business over here. Nobody puts that into how much time did you put into that thing? Because they'll just look at it like, oh, well, I spent 2,500 pesos for it and I sold it for 6,000. Yeah, but how much feed did you buy?
In the Philippines, the labor is so cheap, it's hard to make money now. I think Daryl has his family doing it. So, I mean, if we're not doing nothing else, what the heck?
Yeah. Robert Dames said, please don't forget some hotels will send a shuttle out to pick you up at the airport. Go back inside the terminal and put a coin in the payphone and call them.
See, I didn't know that. I ended up paying $10 for a taxi. Then I found that out later. So, yeah, that's a good point.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't. Hey, Calvin, John, again, I enjoy you guys.
Good to see you, Jeff.
Thank you. Chubby Man, beer review.
Baby Ruth, yeah.
What's that? What are you talking about?
You can put a Baby Ruth bar in the swimming pool.
Oh,
it looks like,
yeah. Yeah. You know, a friend of mine named Sydney, I won't say his last name, but he's like me. He says, I love the beach, but I very seldom get in the water. He said he likes to walk up and down the beach. That's how I am. I just like to look at it now. I very seldom get in because over here, man, these what you call them?
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish scare me, man. Now we went to Doug's place. He had a sign. That's the only one I've ever seen.
That's the only one I've seen. Now I can attest to that. We've been to the beach together 4 or 5 times. Calvin's never gotten into the water, and I didn't either.
Ricky Goodman said, "Could you keep the money?" Yeah, you can keep it.
That's the best thing to do.
And I've done that before, but not a whole lot. I've kept like maybe 1,000 pesos or something. Like that.
My last trip, I knew I was coming back, and I had quite a bit. I probably had maybe 10,000.
And that's probably
I mean, I know I was coming back.
Probably good. Yeah, you can keep it. Hey, Ronnie, what's going on? There's always a spread of about 3.5% each way when exchanging money. Well, yeah, they're going to earn their money. I don't care where you go.
Yeah.
Usually
They're
the
not going to
bank,
do it for free.
yeah, the bank, you're going to get the top. If they, you got crisp $100 bills and 50, and some of them, if they'll do it, because a lot of times they'll say that you got an account here or whatever.
Now, that's one thing to remember. When I got here, when I was changing, like you said, the bills got to be crisp $100 with no ink stamps or no writing on them. The ones that the pawn shops would kick out, I took to the customer service at Save More and some of these grocery stores, and they took them.
Yeah, Michael Dorseyville says, for your information, you have to be careful when you're exchanging money at the bank. My brother-in-law got robbed exchanging money at the bank in Cagayan de Oro. He's a Filipino. Yeah.
Got to be careful.
Well, in Dumaguete, the guy
got killed with what, a hammer or something?
The teller.
Called her
boyfriend and set him up, guys. Be careful,
But he went and got $1 million pesos to go buy a house or something. Was it two?
Yeah.
So the thing to do is like Calvin did, and I would do. If you're going to make a big exchange, like I say, meet me at the bank. You give it to them inside the bank, and it's on them.
Yeah, it's on them. I did that with every single time with the engineer. I wasn't carrying that kind of money.
I don't blame you.
Smoky Mountain said, I was thinking about a couple of thousand pesos for paying for cabs and restaurants. There's a 50,000 peso limit to import into the Philippines.
Well, 10,000 US
would be 500,000 pesos. But I guess he may be right.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah,
okay.
You're saying you can't bring him Filipino money in. He might be right. I'll be honest with you. I didn't, I come over here dumb and naive. I'm still dumb.
What's going on?
I brought one time I came over here, I brought like $110,000, and I went ahead and put down declared it, but they never did nothing. I'm glad they didn't.
$110,000 or
dollars.
You did?
Yes, I did.
In cash?
Yes. But I put down to declare it, but they never.
$110,000, John? What'd you bring that for?
Because I was going through a divorce and I wanted to hide it from my ex. I had it stuffed inside a magazine. That's a true story. That was when I came over
some guy told me the other day, he said, John's smart. I said, no.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
That's a lot of money, John. What'd you do with it? Did you take it back with you too?
Yeah. I had it all stuffed in the magazine.
I mean, when you came over here, then when you went back home, you took a lot back with you.
I took most of it back.
Eddie goes, Hollywood, thank you. He said, always glad to see John on Thursday. Cheers.
Thank you, buddy.
He was on the panel the other day. He's a singer, by the way, John.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
He from Haiti? Was that him?
Well, he's half Haitian, but he's never been there.
Oh, that's right.
Well, at least he doesn't admit it.
Well, there's nothing wrong
I'm
being from Haiti.
Hell, no, I'm saying he claimed he's never been back. He said the only foreign exchange I understand is exchange from my hand to my wife's hand. 50 to 1. Yeah.
50 to 1. That's good.
Clayton Mary said, I participate in a rugby practice in Bacala. So hot for rugby, but yeah, it's up and coming.
That surprises me.
Yeah. Yeah, John brought in 110,000, man. Yeah. John's, man, remember, he's the man.
Well, but like I say, I had reasons behind that.
That's funny to me.
The worst part is, after I got back in the U.S., about 5 months later, my divorce is all over. I couldn't find the magazine, and I was shitting myself. Finally, I found it, and all the money was in it.
Oh, no, don't do this. Don't ever do the bodyguard thing here, man. I mean, you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
And the bodyguards won't see nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. No. A cashier's check here in the Philippines? No. I would never do that because you'd have but then again, they still have paper checks here. I haven't seen a paper check in years.
Well, I saw my
from the government.
Let's look at my checkbook at home.
Well, no, I don't mean that. I mean like from your pay.
I like King Arthur. You're right. I am lying. I've never had any money like that.
John went, yeah, you're lucky the ladies let you get home.
They didn't know about it.
Yeah, that's funny, John. Though. Now that you're in my Hall of Fame now, John.
But I didn't spend it.
It don't matter. You bought
$2,000.
You bought $110,000 to the Philippines
and took it back home in the bottom of my duffel bag.
Wow. He said, hey, look, go on Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience with that foolishness. No, I'm just joking, Durham. Yeah, Mark Rich said Manila, there was a lady sitting at the ATM with her 2-year-old daughter. When I got the money, the 2-year-old put her little patty out for some money. It worked on me. I gave her some money. Yeah. And they use their kids here. I was yesterday, I was at the store and the lady, I didn't give her the money. I gave the baby the money, you know. Hey, Haitian gunman, ain't nothing wrong with being from Haiti.
That's right.
I'm talking about you have Haitian. That's
right.
Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Express says, last time I came back from the States, I forgot to buy an ongoing travel ticket. I was scared they would turn me away at Cebu's airport, but they didn't say anything.
I thought they turned you away in the U.S.
Yeah. See, if they let you on, then you ain't have a problem.
Yeah.
They're not going to say anything.
They're going to let you off.
They don't look at your ticket when you get to the Philippines. It's the airline that usually doesn't, that flags you. Philippine, Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience. Yeah, Thomas King. Yeah, he said 110,000 US, John. He said it's $1,100 bill.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, John had it.
That magazine got pretty thick.
Well, now we got 2 people in the Sunshine Shoulders Hall of Fame. Harold Teal.
But I didn't spend it.
It don't matter. You bought 110,000 in
back.
cash to the Philippines and bought it back.
Took it back.
That's some legendary stuff, John. King Arthur said you actually have 100,000 rupee. Robert, he says here in America you always see dole bananas, and Chiquita bananas, but in Philippines you must have. I don't know. Tell me how many varieties. Oh, I know about 6.
I say, I can think, you go to the market now, you'll see at least 4. They got the little ones, and they are delicious. They taste nothing like what we have in the U.S. is Cavendish. They're all the same variety. We have the Cavendish here, we have red ones, and we have the ones that you boil.
AC King, what did he say? On average, how much money would you estimate to bring to have a normal 3-month vacation to make sure you have a reasonable good time and don't get stressed out? I would say if you're going to be here for 3 months, if you can bring 2,000 a month, which will be 6,000. I'm just saying,
you don't have to spend it all.
You don't have to spend it all. Some of that is going to be, for emergencies. But remember, you can stay here if you're only going to be here 3 months. Really, stressed out. I just don't understand what you would spend all that money on.
Well, ask Harold. He can tell you.
Yeah. Steele said one guy won money at the casino, had bodyguards take him back to the hotel, put the money in the hotel safe until it could be deposited in the bank. Now I agree with you there. When you leave in that casino, because here the gangsters are in those casinos. They see you, especially if you're Chinese or something like that.
The crime on Chinese, from what I've read, is really high here versus Americans.
And a lot of times it's by other Chinese.
Oh, that may be. I never thought about that.
They're lending money.
There's Joe B. Good to see you, Joe B.
Yeah, Harold Teal said 1 million pesos is comfortable. He spent that in 1 month. Yeah.
A day?
That's a lot of money, John.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of money. Yeah. He said 110,000. That's crazy. You got it like that, John. You're a baller.
I had it. I don't even have that much now. Well, I do, but not cash.
He said there's a lot of cash grabs going on at the U.S. He said, John, amazing you were not shaking like a leaf with that money.
Well, you forget about it after a while. Like I say, when I got back to the U.S. about 3 months later, my divorce is all over. It's safe to put it back in the bank. I couldn't find it. I was panicking. I finally found it.
Daryl Fulmore says, don't let Calvin push you around if you want to be friends with my family. Calvin's 2,000 miles away. What's he going to do to you? I'm actually more than that.
Probably 8.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, if you don't want that long if you don't want that long flight, you can go from I think it's Japan to Seattle in only like 9 hours or something like that. It's not a long flight.
Well, I've had long layovers. I mean, I had
Yeah.
one time I had an 8-hour layover in Manila.
Wow. You said John was bootlegging. Oh yeah. You're a Rams and Dodgers fan. You can spend $2,000 a week. That's real jungle fever. That's a lot of fever.
You can go to the province. That can last you months.
Yeah, 2,000. I mean, yeah. That's why I tell guys it's cheaper, just the regular. You know. Yeah. Pierre said. Parfait said, John, that money could have been seized by the U.S. government. You're crazy.
Well, see, I didn't know that then. I went ahead and declared it, but they never did anything. And then I talked to the guy down there in Mindanao, and like I say, I'm really lucky. Really
Thomas
lucky.
King says if you're over 40. This is the type of information I don't give people. I don't want to discourage anybody. I don't think this is because I didn't have it. I had 17,000.
Well, and I didn't have that much. I had close to it, but not that much. But I agree, you have to have an emergency fund.
You got to have
Maybe 20
emergency
grand.
fund, but I'm saying you're going to do that when you're saving too every month.
I agree.
If you get 2,000 a month, don't mean you got to spend 2,000 a month. Keep saving that up, and pretty soon, after a year, you're going to have a nice little piece of change in there. But to say don't move to the Philippines unless you got 100,000, what in the world are you going to use all that money for? I don't understand it. Bill Ellis said, no alcohol, no girls, simple restaurants, not expensive at all. It really isn't, man.
And even with alcohol, and even I smoke, it's not that much a month. I probably spend maybe $150 a month on places, if it's even that.
Yeah. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Express says, when I bought my NMAX, I had my wife hold on to 105,000 pesos until we got to the Yamaha dealer. My wife was shaking in her boots. She thought we would get robbed for sure. Yeah. Now, see, that's a fortune for your wife. She never saw that kind of money at one time. I guarantee you that. Yeah. But because you know how it looks over here, John. Have you ever seen 100,000 pesos? It's this damn thick, guys. 1,000
probably
peso
is. I've
bills.
never had that much at once. I mean, I bought that car. It was what, $78,000, but I got a check for that.
Zorba Dundee says, so my 400,000 will do well. I would say because the money that you're not spending is going to be collecting interest some kind of way. You're not going to have 400,000 in cash.
Do some quick calculations here.
Johnny Grand 67 said, I'm going with 2,000 for 3 weeks. That's a nice, I would say that's nice. Ramsey Dodge, I live in California. I was thinking of flying into Hawaii, then the next day flying to the Philippines. What would break up the long flight? That would break up a long flight. What do you mean? What do you think? Well, when you do that, you're going to have to stop over in Guam if you're coming from Hawaii. They stop over in Guam. Says Travel Vlogs, good morning. Do you want to join our panel on Tuesday, Seth? We've got an all Filipino panel I'm trying to put together.
And we'd love to have you.
I've already got 3 people. I'd like to get at least 3 more. That way y'all can get information straight from the women themselves.
To the guy that had the 400,000, that would last me almost 20 years here at the rate I spend.
Yeah, but you got to realize, John, a lot of it's going to be getting interest.
Yes, so that'd probably go to 25 years, 30 years.
Yeah. Michael Jordan said 100,000. That's way too much money. Absolutely, that's a lot of money over here, man. I mean, what would you spend it on?
No, I just like I say, I brought it because I was going through.
I would say to anybody who wants to come over here, have a passive income, have a recurring income every month, something coming in every month. If you don't, then you would probably have to have a nice piece of money like that. If you don't have a residual income, renewal income. Pumpkin Joe Philippines said, Calvin, can my wife meet me join the panel? Absolutely. But she's got to say something, man. You got to sit there and hold them. Okay, he says, use 100,000 invest and live off the dividends from it.
But remember, anybody that promises you a return, don't listen to them. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean,
they just locked up. Well, they just captured an Israeli here 2 days ago in Manila. He was running like a Ponzi scam in Germany. He came here in the Philippines January 2020. They just called him. He was overstaying. I'm trying to fix. Somebody told on him because how would they find him?
There are bounties out to locals if they turn you in. I don't know how much it is.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure.
there are bounties. Don't overstay. Just do it by the rules.
No, but
it's
I'm
so
saying,
easy. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying for everybody out there.
Yeah, I'm saying he did it for obvious reasons.
Because he wanted.
He didn't want. Yeah, he had 2 warrants from Germany. Hey, John and Cal, John, you put 78,000 pesos down on your.
That was total. That was to buy it.
Yeah.
Plus, I got. Oh wait, no.
How much did you pay? He paid cash for it, John.
I ended up. They gave. It was more than 78. I'm sorry. 78 was the refund I got back. I got my figures. I paid 13,700 total. Brand new. After I got back. Yeah,
78 was like an import tax.
That was
right?
That's $1,500. That was an import tax that they gave me back. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I got the wrong figures. And I'm not even that drunk yet.
Jay says, you think you need 100,000 to move and live in the Philippines, you're drunk. Yeah, I'd say so. That's a lot of money.
But still have an emergency fund in case something happens.
Yeah.
You got to be able to get your butt out of here.
Yeah, I would. He said, John, where do you invest your money? Do you day trade?
Day trade, I think that I would probably lose. I have mine.
But you don't day trade.
No.
He said, where do you invest your money?
In mutual funds. I have one with T. Rowe Price that does very good. I have one with Fidelity that does very good. I got one with Wells Fargo. It doesn't do quite as good as the others, but mutual funds are the way to go, in my opinion.
But I tell you what you guys can do. Anybody that wants income, open up an online dating site profile, pretend to be a Filipino.
I never thought about that.
You can get a nice monthly salary.
That is that's one of the better jobs there in the Philippines.
It is. I did a video on that. But yeah, guys, if you want to get some money, hell, do that. Somebody send you something.
Maybe $3 million.
Oh yeah, Johnny Grant. Yeah, when the Philippines opens, that's why I'm building my guest house too. To say hey guys, come on.
If I'm still here, I'm thinking about maybe if a lot of guys come over once, maybe get some local girls to have a meet and greet with them or something.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We could find some.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
He said, "Forgive Moonshine, he ain't drunk yet." Yeah, finding Keno. It's true. You can do that if you want a nice income. Somebody's going to pay you.
My mutual fund with T. Rowe Price has given me this morning. It was 11.68 return since 2016. So
on average, right?
Yeah, that's over since 2016.
So up and down.
Yes, because it has been up and it has been down.
Yeah, now he said he's thinking about leasing for 25 years and buying a house, but then he said, I think I'm going to rent. If it wasn't for my daughter,
and
I would.
That's a good reason why.
I would rent because there's no need to buy really. But I just wanted to make sure. By me being 58 and she's only 1.
I think that's great. I will eventually get my wife a house, but like I said, I'm going to make her wait about 10 years, make her earn it.
Now, what's a ETF? There are 4 months. I had 2,000 each time I came to the Philippines and stayed 3 weeks and came back with 300. Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of money.
And you had a good time, didn't you, Daryl?
$2,000 is 100,000 pesos. Okay, you figure if 3 weeks, man, that's a lot of money.
Well, my monthly expenses for a year was $1,750 a month. So, yeah, he had a good time.
He said, laugh my ass off. Yeah, make these women earn it.
That's why I look at it. Hey, after 2 years, though, I bought her a car. I put it in her name, so she's doing all right. But you got to think, I worked 2 and 3 jobs for 40 years to get the money I got, so why not 10 years for her?
Yeah, JH is right. That's why, I have to agree with you. That is that Dumagetti disciple mindset. Don't come over here unless you got 100,000. Yeah, they trying to make an elite group over there. Yeah,
Well, more is better. If you can come over with 100,000, do it. But you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean,
I
would never even tell anybody that. He said, Calvin, what's the update on you move to a new house? Well, we've got the poles put up. They were finished yesterday. We had to buy 8 poles for the electric lines. We had to pay about 15,300 pesos to the Noneco. That's the electric company. And now we're waiting on them. That's the last thing. All they got to do is come over there, wire everything up, and then we're in there and we're moving in. We're already starting to move a few things over there. We're having
a little bare here.
We're having screens like this put in the house right now as we speak, because I don't want to move over there unless we got screens for the mosquitoes. But yeah. Early Cooler says, what's up, pretty, says Travel Lot. See, remember, that's Jungle Fever. She walks around with her little dog, Wiggles.
I enjoy Jungle Fever.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I never get immune to it.
That's all Seth has to do is make a video, her and Wiggles walking around the property. She gets 10,000 views.
I like that. I like that, Herb. That's good. I don't think it'd be that
so
bad.
Difficult to live with. I would buy my woman a house. She lasted 2 years. See, actually, me and my woman's been together 2.5 years. So yeah.
And you got a kid. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I will probably break down and get her one before 10, but we'll see.
No, John's wife doesn't have a driver's license.
No, but she has learner's permit.
Yeah. But that's nothing. She got a learner's permit, and guess what she did?
What?
Nothing. Just went and paid for it.
But no, mine went to the 15 hours of the classroom. Now
so when
she's
gonna get
she's getting close. Well, you only have, I think, a year, so we got till January to get them. So we're gonna have to get them for her.
Oh, so you have
she drives good.
So you have to wait a year.
No, well, you can wait till a year. No, I got my learner's permit, then got my my license in a month or two.
She knows I'm telling the truth. Wiggles.
It's going to be good to see you, Seth. Tuesday. I love the panel. I think it's the
Johnny Yahoo says, would they let a foreigner open a hot dog stand or something?
Don't do no business here. You're not going to make no money.
Yeah, you're not going to make
the labor here
what
is
would you
too
say?
cheap.
What would you sell your hot dogs for? Who's going to buy them? That's the problem. See, we're bringing a mindset over here. If I was going to do something over here, I'd sublease. You know, that way, you know, no one sees you. No one knows the better. And I would only do it in a place where foreigners come. I wouldn't do it in San Carlos. I'd do it in Dumaguete, Cebu, Manila, where you can rent these places out like an Airbnb, like sort of thing, you know. Seth says, I got my driver's license 5 years. Hopefully they would change it into 10 years. I saw that, though.
I saw something too. I don't know
that, too.
No, let me look and see what mine is. I think mine's only 5.
Early Curtis says, we love Wiggles.
Wiggle.
That's the name of her dog, Wiggles.
Yeah, my expiration date is 2024, and I got it in 2000. So mine was 4 years, I guess.
Yeah. They're trying to get some money out of you.
I guess.
They said, will they let Buck mow yards over here? Yeah, if he's got a dirt mower.
But let me tell you how they mow lawns here, either with these or with a bolo. I've seen both.
Yeah.
I've never seen a mower.
Or they use the
weed eater. I've seen that.
Yeah. He said there are so many regulations on foreigners and having businesses.
Don't do it.
Even if they let you do it, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't come over here.
Don't do it. You're not going to make any money, and you're probably going to lose money.
But that's a funny name, Seth.
Wiggle.
When I saw it, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
But that's all she has to do is wiggle around the property.
Let me just say one thing before you go, Calvin. You can only scam yourself.
Yeah. Because you can see straight through this stuff, really. You know.
If you haven't met a woman, don't send her money. I don't care if her father dies, her grandfather dies, her mother got cancer. I mean,
But the scams that they really get you on is like when you show up, let's go to the beach, and she's got 4 or 5 of her friends, or maybe 10 family members sometimes.
Ask about how many first. Yes. Because
Yeah,
and I don't think they do.
That happened to me before.
Well, it happened to me too, but I don't think they do it as a scam. They just truly, that's just how they do stuff here. You think it's a scam?
A lot of times it's not really a scam, but
they all want a decent meal.
They're just trying to get everybody involved.
Yeah.
You know, and because it happened to me before, man. I tell you, you're sitting there all day, nobody's talking to you.
You always ask, how many people's coming?
Yeah, because I tell you what,
because there'll be 50.
Yeah, they would have a smile on their face, eating all the. Because remember, you got to pay for the lechon, everything.
Everything.
Hey, thanks to Beach for Life for the super chat. He said, Calvin, we should have a Sunshine Shoulders investment club. We can talk advice and help get guys' money right. What y'all think? Yeah, but see, the problem is in investment, man, you got to be in for the long run.
Yes.
Or you're not going. And a lot of the people on my channel, we're just regular Joes, man. Hell, we live paycheck to paycheck. Somebody give you $10,000, they're going to be beating on your door every damn day. How much did I make, John? Did I make anything? You know, and I just don't have time for that. But you're right. It's a great idea. But, you know, you don't plant a seed and then come back the next day and see if it's growing. It takes patience. And that's why most people can't do it. Johnny Grant said you can't make this up.
That is true stuff.
Yeah. Okay, Jay said you buy a lot and put 3 5 of containers on it for her family. Rental property, that's direct income for her family and a one-time cost for you. That's something you could do, but the problem is they're going to be afraid to ask for the rent, Jay. That's how it is over here. They're afraid, you know, if somebody owes them money, they're not going to ask for it. That's what makes me mad. I'm like, go over there and get the $10,000 you want. Well, she'll give. She knows she owes me.
She'll get mad.
Yeah. You had an incredible life of Wiggles. He said, if you rent for a good apartment, $400 or less, you could survive with $100,000 for 10 years if you're smart in going to the market.
Zorba, there's a house across the street from Calvin's that's excellent for $300 a month, and it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. If you buy a place over here for $400, man, that's a lot. It's $20,000. You're gonna get a nice place.
I would hope,
right? Especially, you know, here in the Philippines. I mean, here in St. Carlos City. Remember, I'm paying 8,500 pesos for this.
It's nice.
Except the roof leaks right now. Yeah, Paul Smith, he said, don't invest other people's money. Yeah, because they're going to blame you.
No matter what happens.
No matter what.
Or think you're cheating them or something. Yeah, I'll stay away from
Malcolm
that. I'll give you advice if you want, but that's it.
You see Western women trying to get with guys over. Absolutely. And it's increased. I did a video on it. It's called, I put it up there and said, don't call me a sex pack, right? And the only people that get scrutinized when they come to the Philippines are men. Gay men and lesbians don't get scrutinized. And women who come over here do not get scrutinized. February of 2019, I was in Boracay, and I was shocked. I never in my life seen so many foreign women. I seen black women from America.
Really?
Yeah, in Boracay. We were at a Mexican restaurant. There was a whole table, 5 black women right next to us. I was shocked.
From the U.S.
From the U.S.
Now, I have not seen that. The only Western women I've seen here have been preachers' wives or nuns.
Yeah,
that's just me. I've never been to Boracay.
You got to go to the tourist areas. You're gonna see them, man. I was shocked. I was like, wow, I've been coming here for so long, and I'd never seen it.
Now, that's one thing that surprises me. There's so many gay men here. Why more gay men from the U.S. don't come here? Maybe they do, but I just don't know.
They are, and from all over the world, John. Not just for the same reason we come.
Yeah, I would hope. I would think.
Yeah.
I've only seen one Western man in San Carlos with what I thought was a boy girl, and that was a couple of years ago.
I knew that a long time ago. I was in.
What makes sense?
I was in Zamboanga, and there's a transgender, and he's had this German boyfriend for a long time. He probably wasn't even old enough yet. Yeah, because I've been. That would be 11 years ago for me, But anyway, yeah, and the German would come here like twice a year. They go all around Thailand, different places like that. And I asked the German one time, I said, why do you come to the Philippines? I thought he was going to give that spiel, all the people are so nice. He said, I can be myself here. I don't have to hide. He said, he can be with his woman.
I say one of the figures I saw from the Filipino government was 15% of the men here are gay. I'm sure not, but I did see that.
John Williams said, don't invest nothing you don't want to do. That's right. And then, when do you get out? When is enough? Like, John, you made some good investments.
I know. I don't know.
When
I don't know.
When is enough? Because you're getting up there, man. You'll be 62.
I know. I don't know.
Can't you take some of it out?
I think when I go back to the U.S. In March, I'm going to work on getting some of it out. Now, Calvin's always talking about the tenderonis here. My notebook here is called, they can see it, paperoni. So everything here is roni. I saw that this morning. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oscar said, guys, that's one thing about Filipinos are shy. You don't want to put themselves on the spot to ask you anything. Yeah, they're not going to do it. Doug Carr says, so wiggles just isn't a verb. Nice. Wiggle. His name is Wiggle.
Wiggle.
Oh my God. Wiggle. But she probably meant to call him Wiggles. But you know how Filipinos are, Wiggle. Hey, thanks. None of your business. None of your business, John.
Okay.
He said, blessings, man. Appreciate it, brother.
Virgin Islands.
Blessings back to you. Joe's Philippine Experience said, I've seen 2 Black American women here in the Philippines. I've seen a lot of Nigerian women here, usually for nursing programs. Yeah. But if you go to like Boracay, places like that, Palawan, you're going to see a ton of them, and you're going to see them, with the local men. They're not going to come over here trying to date an American man and get shot down 8,000 miles overseas, because I'm going to shoot them down. Oscar said there's a blogger online now. He's a white guy from America. Hey, boy. Oh, yeah. And they talk about their lives and their ups and downs. They come on around the same time. Yeah. I've seen that. It's Fred and Marla.
I'll check it out one of these days.
Yeah, they live up in Luzon. And they live on a small budget, by the way. He done a show one time, I think like $500 a month.
That'd be hard.
Well, they do
for
it.
Me.
Because remember, he's
eating rice every day.
Filipino.
John, what you got plan on doing when you come home in March? I have a lot of things to do. I need to fix my will. I need to get my banking situation straightened out. I know I got a whole list of things to do. I'll probably have about 3 weeks worth of work to do.
None of your business at 48 and grinding, so I can be on the live with you guys one day.
Hey, yeah, we're waiting for you.
If I only had one regret is I didn't jump off sooner, because I had money up before to jump off. But I was like, I'm too young and all this and all that. And
I could have went 3, maybe 4 years earlier, and I don't regret not, because I had the peace of mind knowing I'd be okay.
Yeah. Dexter Perkins said, you didn't escape the Philippines for business stress. Absolutely.
Yes,
I agree. I wouldn't say it better. And somebody's got to watch the hen house.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hire nothing but foxes. Yeah. Right?
I like foxes.
Yeah. Somebody's got to watch the hen house.
Yes.
And that's a fact.
That's probably the biggest downside of having a business. You got to do it yourself.
Retired 2019. This is a great advice, and you're true. He said, Calvin, it's hard to go from the accumulation phase to withdrawal phase of your.
It's hard for me.
I understand where John's coming from. But I'm saying,
sooner or later you got to.
Yeah, sooner or later you got to, though.
But now I'm looking at, I got to pay taxes, capital gains, and all this stuff. Man, I don't want to give all that money up.
But somebody's going to get it.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know.
Somebody's going to have to do it.
I know.
Say, for instance, you die and your son gets it and takes it out. He's got to pay all that.
I know. I got to figure out the best way to do it.
Smoke Mount Marla says, will the U.S. honor your will written in the PI? I wouldn't. Why would you write it in the PI?
I thought about that. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and do it when I get to the U.S. to make sure it's okay.
You can write it in the embassy probably and have it notarized in the embassy. You're on American soil.
But if some of your family wants to fight that in the U.S., it just turn into a big mess. Do it in the U.S. And remember, when you do a will, if you don't want to leave somebody something, leave them something, even if it's $1,000 or $100.
Well, like I said, I think they come over here for the same reason we do, John. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna go on record. I've been saying this in a roundabout way for a long time, but I'm gonna go on record and say it today. Don't come over here for a woman. Don't make that your. Don't make.
But it's hard not to.
No, but what I'm saying is, in our marriage, John, that's all we're planning on. That's all I
was planning on. I'll be honest.
We're putting the cart before the horse.
I agree.
Don't do it. Because that's. I'm telling you from somebody who's been over here for 12 years. Now that you've been over here, though, John, would you say that coming over here, getting a woman is your least worry?
Yes, but I didn't know that then.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We're talking about now. Of course, I didn't know it then. And that's what I'm telling guys who've never been over. If you make that your sole purpose, man, you're going to be behind the 8-ball. And you got to take care of the woman. She's not going to take it. Well, she don't have anything.
And just remember, you meet one, there's many more. If she's not what you want, don't go for it. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a good story about my friend Calvin here. We were, and I haven't went over this earlier. Monday we were at McDonald's, and I've been talking to a young girl at work. Was she 20, 25 maybe? And
probably 21, 22.
21, 22, nice looking girl. So, I'm flirting a little bit, and she's flirting back. So she comes over to our table, and I said, "Hey, Calvin, that's a hello." And she messed up his order, so he's mad at her. Well, then she comes back, and I ask her how to say her name. She pats me on the shoulder, and I said, "Calvin, I think she wants me." He goes, "I just think she's tired of working at McDonald's." Mm-hmm. So that's my friend there. I thought that was pretty good.
But that's the thing. I'm going to do a video on why it's good to date a girl with a job.
I agree with that because at least I know a little bit of the value of money.
They're going to vet themselves because you know how hard it is to get a job here. All you got to go through to get a job. And then most of them are tired of working. They're going to appreciate you when you come in and swoop them in. See, when a woman ain't got a job, has been at home all day, she ain't going to appreciate it. But when you come here and be like, I ain't got to get up at 7 in the morning and 5 because they got to catch the jeepney, 2 or 3 jeepneys to get to work.
Or tricycle or
and
something.
All of that, yeah.
But I would think that what do you think I make at McDonald's? $6 a day?
Let's see.
$7 a day?
280 pesos, about $5
a day. When she gets with you and you're bringing in $2,000 a month, I don't know what that works out, 100,000. Yeah, I still think they're going to be overwhelmed, but I do agree with you that they will appreciate it more.
They'll appreciate it more than somebody who doesn't have a job.
I agree
because they don't have to get up in the morning. John, just getting to work is a struggle. They catch 2 jeepneys. If you live in Cebu, man, that's a 3. They'll say it's 3 rides is what they'll call it.
And then they go and work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
3 rides back. Yeah. And remember, they got to come up with that money. That's part of their earning. They put it out for, their family, and then their rent, and then their transportation. So when you come along and say, hey, you don't have to do that anymore, they really like it.
Well, my girl from the province thanks me every day for giving her a good life. And that's for 2.5 years now.
Earl and Dobb says, told my daughter's mom I'm taking a trip to PI next year. She said she wants me to take her with me. Yeah, of course, because once you catch that fever, you're not going. Once you catch jungle fever, Saturday night fever ain't gonna get it.
Oh, I agree.
You're not going back to America. Yeah. Mr. Vega said, I plan to wait at least 2 months in the field before getting involved with a woman. We'll see if I can do that. Probably not, but what I'm saying is,
I wouldn't.
Come over here first, get your place, find out, hey, do I like it over here and all of that? Because a woman's going to cloud everything, man. That's all I'm saying, because a yummy 6 over here is going to throw a wrench into your plans.
I agree with that.
He said, I found that's good to keep the Filipino guessing what you make or what you get each month because they're always ready to spend it if you have
it. And I agree with that.
Some of them are, but your woman don't ask for a lot, John.
I give her $240 a month. She can do whatever she wants.
That's a lot of money, though.
Oh, I know.
In her situation, because she dreamed of earning that.
She was making $80 a month, working 12-hour days,
Right.
6 days a week.
But she was working, so when you came in and said, "Hey, you don't have to scrub them damn floors and wash clothes,"
Yep.
But I mean, you know how hard it is to wash clothes by hand.
I tell you what, I watch her do it every week.
It makes me tired when I watch people do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, and they sit on these little bitty stools about 6
that
inches
makes
high.
my back hurt just watching them.
So then when you come in and you swoop in and say, "Look, come on, honey, you ain't got to do it no more," they're gonna appreciate it, man.
Mine does.
They all do. Brad,
we are living the dream.
Yeah, we only wish we could be there. We're stuck living the American nightmare. Yeah, but we want to show you that it's possible.
And also, both of us had to live the American nightmare for a lot of years to get the money to be able to do this.
And to get the reason to do it. Because I was drinking Kool-Aid for a long time.
I did too.
We're the greatest country in the world. And where'd they come from anyway? But that's, how old were you when you heard that expression?
Ever since I can remember.
We're the greatest country in the world.
Yeah, and you want to get in debt and have the American dream. Well, finally, though, when I was in my mid-20s, I finally figured out this debt thing ain't cutting it.
There was a guy here, one of the first bloggers. He was a blogger. When I came in 2009, there wasn't a lot of channels like this. His name was Mindanao Bob. He said he figured out a long time ago that he didn't want the 30-year mortgage or to be on the job for 30 years.
He was smart.
So he came to the Philippines. I mean, he was young at the time. And he's back in America now because he's got like a special child. And once the child is like 21 now or something like that, the opportunity. The opportunities here for the special child. Zero. Where in America he can get a job and he wanted to do something for his son. I thought it was noble, and that's the reason he went back, but he knew a long time ago he didn't want that. And that's when the lights start going off in my head. This is like 2009 when I was over. I was like, man, he's right. I don't want that either. Herbie said, I need sand, not rocks. I'm narrowing cities by geography and beachfront.
Just remember, though, on the beachfront, if you buy a house there or buy a house for your girlfriend, typhoons, make sure you're on the western side, not the eastern side.
There's a lot that you have to realize. That's what I'm saying. That's when I did that video. I said, it looks like trouble in paradise. Go back in my library. There's a lot of good stuff in there where I'm giving you a lot of information. Find out what the weather is like in the place that your girlfriend lives. Are you thinking about? Because they got some dicey weather here, man.
On the eastern side, with Samar, even northern Luzon up there.
Central Luzon. And Luzon, man, you don't want to walk into a rat trap.
I think Doug told us he's already rebuilt his girlfriend's mother twice. I think
they live in Samar, somewhere around there, right?
If you do just make cheap houses, they're going to get tore up.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, be careful, man, where you try to move that over here. I like the Western Visayas region in Mindanao because you don't get all that crazy weather. But I got lucky. I didn't really know when I came here. I didn't know.
I went to Southern Ladies south of Tacloban. Tacloban. That's one of the worst places to be, but I didn't know any better.
No, see? But now you wouldn't go back. You tell somebody, man, don't go there.
Maybe go there to visit, but not to live.
Not to live. And then when you visit, you better look at the weather.
Yes. Look out at Guam and see what they got going on out there.
Because in Tacloban, when they had that
and that's kind of inside a little bit. I'm surprised they got
not Tacloban. Now Tacloban's right on the water.
It's on the water, but it's not on the eastern side.
It's right on the water, man. I'm telling you, when you go there, it's going to scare you. You're riding down the street. You're at sea level.
See that.
And I was like, man, I never saw that because I didn't pay no attention. I'm in the tricycle, right? And I just looked to my right, and there's a damn ocean right there. I'm like, oh my God, no wonder why so many people died here, and a lot of foreigners died, by the way, and that because it wasn't the typhoon that killed them; it was the surge. They called it a tsunami. Same thing, really. That water, that surge came back, and just they didn't know what hit them, man. It's scary when you go there too, and it's sad all at the same time. If you ever get a chance to go to Tacloban, you can still see the watermarks, and you talk to the locals, they'll tell you In the news, it says 6,000 people. Everybody there tell you it's more like 25,000 died.
Tell them about the airport there, because I've flown in there a couple times. Only 2 planes can be at the airport at once. It's a small airport. Oh, I thought you flew into it.
Not in plane. No, I rode
only one can land at a time.
Ormond City. I rode a Vans, 2 hours. Thanks, Brad Mack.
Thank you, buddy.
For the super sticker. Yeah, but it's just got like a dark cloud sort of like hanging over it. And when I went, here's what I did. I always tip people if they do my nails or whatever. Whatever I usually tip people, I tip them double into clothing because I knew that what they were going through and what they were trying to get back to. I mean, it was bad there, man.
Well, I'll be honest. I get my hair cut, 50 pesos. I always give him 150.
So
especially since he has that straight razor trimming it up.
Yeah, so if you go to clothing, you give them 250 or whatever, you know. Uncle Mo 1010 said 5 years ago when I started dating again, I only considered Filipinas that had a job. Now that she's here in the U.S. with me, she was very excited to be working here. Yeah, they're going to be because they can see sort of like the fruits of their labor. Well, it's a different hamster wheel there.
Well, even if she gets a minimum wage job, she's making more in one day than she made in a week here or longer. So
almost a month.
Or a month, yeah.
You know, and see, that's the thing, Uncle Mo, that gets them tied down over in America, though. They don't want to come back here.
Well, they're sending money home to their families and everything.
But they're earning that money, and then they think, man, I got to give up all of this money they've seen. You know, that's what happened to my wife. She got to work in the General Electric. She's earning $600-700 a week. I mean, that's money that she never even. She would be rich over here. Remember, I read that chart. If you're earning at least $190,000, which is $3,808 a month, you're considered rich in the Philippines. You know.
You spoiled her, John.
Yeah.
I knew, and she knows it.
Yeah, to clothing. That's how I pronounce it. John.
My language skills are horrible.
Yeah, it's messed up. Edward Bland says, I'm coming from the United States. Which city do I fly to get where you are? Cebu is the main one. And then you could either fly to, you don't have to fly anymore, but you could fly to Bacolod. I wouldn't. I would take the fast cat. I take the van to Toledo and then the fast cat to
take about 3 hours.
Yeah, about 3 hours. Dexter Perkins said I did too, so I spent 3 years in there.
Pumpkin Joe's got a very good point about the lace here. I have bought so much of it's not called rid here, but I take it down to the village all the time so people can get rid of their lace. You'll see people here, and I know Calvin's seen it. They'll pick through each other's hair, picking out the lace. Yeah, it's very common here.
Hey, Road to the Philippines. What's going on? Thank you, Danny. He said, I financed an internet shop for my Filipinos so she would have a little extra money to support herself and the kids. Now she opened 3 locations.
Oh, that's cool.
That's good, you know, that she could do that. Now, I tried that in Zamboanga a long time ago. But the brownout, that killed me. I couldn't do it. I got a good deal on, I just had a small one. I had like 3 terminals and one, I had 3 terminals.
There's one over.
It's just so cheap.
There's one over at Gasano Mall, and they actually have it shut down now. And I don't know because of pandemic or why.
It's open and it opens and closes. Right now, it's just with everybody with these smartphones now. See, I did it in 2010, 2011. The only ones that you would probably see in there would be the gamers. And you could make money off them.
The one over in Gasano was actually closed.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah. To Cloven. It's how I pronounced it.
He's saying
because
I have to ask my wife.
Because I dated a girl from there. She said to Cloven, And they've got some bodies down there.
They got them everywhere, though. Yeah. We got them here.
Ishmael Marsh says they're raising the wage in the U.S. Working in Starbucks is now $25 an hour. So of course, anybody who comes to the U.S. wouldn't want to go back.
Of course,
yeah, but
if you're making $100 a month,
yeah, but when you look at the cost of living and everything like that, and taxes, see, they're not used to paying taxes over here.
That's right.
They'll start adding it up and be like, well, why is my check this? Yeah, because they took 40% on taxes. Then everywhere you go, you pay taxes, state tax, groceries. For the, you pay the sales tax.
And then you try to find a place to live.
Yeah. So, $25 an hour probably should be the minimum wage right now when you look at Reagan and how he's, what did he do? Suspended it for how many years?
Yeah.
That's crazy that he did that. And people allowed him to do that. I mean, it never caught up with inflation. You're talking about $25 an hour. You work 40 hours a week. Okay. That's $1,000, by the way. So then they're going to take 40% of that. If you're earning $1,000 a week, now you're down to $600 a month. I mean, $600 a week. So, that's not a lot of money, man. I'm sorry.
And they get $25 an hour. From what I've read, there's still a lot of job vacancies in the U.S.
Yeah, but you got really, that's what you're reading. Remember,
I don't know.
I saw a documentary. Right. This guy applied for 60 low entry jobs. They're supposed to have been hard. He got one call back.
Okay, so yeah, and like you say,
they spend it, man.
You can't believe anything you read or see. I agree.
They spend it. Now, yeah, they're gonna let you go to Amazon. They'll pay you $19 an hour, and they're gonna work your damn ankles off. Yeah, he said, Calvin, can I have a list of places where you don't need an air conditioner in the Philippines? Places like Baguio. Well, in these mountains here.
All you have to do is get
any mountain
6 or 7 miles out of San Carlos, and it's 10 to 15 degrees cooler.
Same thing in Cebu. Anywhere where you go, if you want to live in the mountains, you don't have to worry about air con.
But do your research, because in the mountains, some of it is NPA. Just talk to the locals. Yeah. They'll tell you.
But remember, NPA really don't have a problem with us.
I agree.
They have a problem with the government.
Yes, I agree.
Her uncle's an NPA, and he comes over our buys his damn medicine every month. He better not try to do nothing.
But like
I snatch his damn.
I would do a little research.
Diabetic pills from him. Yeah, Uncle Mo Chin Chin, she makes $15 an hour, more than most managers in the Philippines.
I agree with that.
And see, to them, that's a lot of money. But in America, that's not a lot of money, man. You start taking the taxes and stuff out. Yeah, here is Canlaon.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, any mountain region. Phil Lamb couple in the Philippines. Now, is this Pumpkin Joe? It is. He's got another channel.
Oh!
Yeah, trying to get slick.
Oh, we got you now.
Yeah, we got him.
But Canlaon's nice. I like it there. I haven't lived there, though.
But I don't think, see, here's what I was telling John when we had that discussion about the people who won't go back to work who are earning the $300, right? A week or whatever it is. These are people who don't want to work anyway.
That's what
before the pandemic, guys. But the media spins it and makes it look like everybody. People like me and John, we're not gonna sit home for $300 a week, and neither do most of the people watching my channel. Guys, don't let them spend that stuff, man. That's what they're doing.
Okay, so $15 an hour is $2,400 a month. A lot of doctors here don't make that in a month, but they don't have the big expenses you will have either.
But yeah, y'all see that so all people don't want to work. Now the people who don't want to work have always not wanted to work, John.
I gotta agree with you on that one.
It's nothing new. It's not like a whole new crowd of people of lazy,
I personally know some
Zoomers over there. Yeah, they ain't want to work before that. Now they got an excuse not to work. I'm not one of them. You're not one of them. You work 3 jobs. $300 a week ain't gonna do nothing for me. In America, hell. Believe it or not.
Hell, I make more than that retired.
Yeah, Antoine is. Exactly. He said a lot of jobs that people are slow to hard. Yeah, that's right. And then, like I said before, guys, y'all drinking the Kool-Aid over there. Don't do it, man. It was lazy people before the pandemic, and they just, they're using those people now to spin their agenda, whatever they're trying to talk about.
Hello, Marilyn.
Hi, Joe.
Where you going? Look at her with the Versace dress. He said, Calvin, the electricity set back for your house was unexpected. Oh, okay. Calvin, the electricity setback for your house was unexpected. When the electric company hook up the power? Well, it's all in their hands now. At least we've got to the last point because you got to work up to that. We had to get what? The electric poles. We've done that. We paid the money. We even paid the man some money under the table. Come on, man. Get it done. Yeah, it was unexpected, but remember, you're in the Philippines. And I wrote this down because a guy put something on my channel. You know, he was like talking about, oh, I'm sick of that stupid, dumbass society over there. And then people don't appreciate this and people don't appreciate that, right?
Talking about the Philippines?
Talking about the Philippines,
a lot
right?
Of people do appreciate it.
People who have problems here generally forget that they are not in their home country. And nothing works the same here.
It's not even close.
That's the problem. If you can remember that at all times, you're not at home and nothing's going to work here the way it does at home. You're not going to have any problems here, man. I promise you. It's the people who don't remember that.
Calvin helped me, about 6 or 7 months ago when he said, remember, John, we're retired. We don't have anything else to do. I think that almost every day, and that's made my life a lot better.
But we think that, okay, we're all human beings, John, but people don't think the same way over here.
Not even close.
Not even close. They don't do business the same over here. So if you come over here expecting that the Filipinos are going to act the same way as they do in your country, you're going to be greatly disappointed.
Just remember, you're retired. You have nothing else to do. Takes all day, takes all day.
Michael Dawsonville says it's not 40%, it's 28%, but you get the majority of it back at income tax. No, I'm sorry. You don't get the majority of it back. You think that you get the majority of it back. The more money you make, Michael Dawsonville, the different tax bracket you're in. Trust me, I was earning $1,000 a week a long time ago, back in the 80s, man. They were ripping me to shreds. I guarantee you they're still doing it. If you earn $1,000, man, they're going to take more than $280.
I would have to look back, but 2018, I made the most I ever did. I paid with state tax and everything over $78,000 in taxes for 1 year.
Yeah, and then you file your income tax, and what they give you, like $8,000 or whatever. Even if they do, I'm saying you probably owe.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
I did owe.
We're in that mindset. We think, you get the majority of it back. No, you ain't gonna get the majority of it back.
Now I was working 3 jobs, making good money, but still, that's a lot of money to spend.
The system would collapse if you got the majority of it back.
Now, lower
some of that tax money has to go for the infrastructure and different other things. You're not gonna get that money back. You know, and then you gotta file. You don't get that back.
10% on everything.
You gotta look at it.
Oh, I spent $78,000 in taxes the last year. I worked 3 jobs, and I was living in Tennessee with no state income tax.
You're not gonna get that Medicare tax back that they take out. You're not gonna get all of that and none of that stuff. Social Security, you don't get that back.
FICA, you don't get that back.
You don't get that back. The FICA or whatever it is. Dexter Perkins said they're paying that amount now because no one wants to go back to work because of COVID. Now they have all these jobs and trying to convince people to come back. But who are the people who they're trying to convince to come back? Man, I don't care how much unemployment they're giving me. It's not enough for my lifestyle over there. That's not going to be. I mean, who are these people that they're trying to convince to come back to work? Where were they working? McDonald's or somewhere? That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
Bill Smith, what did you do for a living? Oh, okay, we'll get this one first.
No, go ahead.
Bill Smith, what did you do for a living, Moonshine? Okay, I worked as a plastic process engineer, injection molding. I did that for 40 years, but I started out as a machine operator and worked my way up. But I built furniture, and that business actually after 15 years started doing pretty good. I was making about $60,000 a year off that. I also did investments.
But you were an engineer, right?
Yeah, after about 20 years of working.
Yeah, but
so the last 20 years.
But you don't have a college degree.
No college
degree. So that's why I was telling you, John, we don't come from the same side of the track. There's no way in hell if me as a black man, I'm going to get a job as an engineer without a high school diploma.
You know, and I'm going to disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. I had a boss in Memphis, Tennessee. He was a black guy. He was younger than me.
Well, you named one. Yeah, you named one out of what? Well,
okay, but I'm just saying, at least one.
One. You know, and that's what they
do.
And
I tell you what, that guy was smart.
They always tried out the Oprah Winfrey's and the LeBron.
Yeah, well,
it's not equal, John.
But I promise you. I had nobody give me nothing. I
know that, but I'm just saying though. Of course.
Yeah, I did the shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I worked harder than everybody else. I put in more hours than everybody else. Oh, Maximus, I thought you worked at Abbott. I did for 17 years as a manufacturing engineer. I worked for Abbott Laboratories. That was still in plastic injection molding.
Okay, now Moochie, he's talking about the tax rate 24%. But see, I live in a state where we have a state tax. Okay, so I paid a lot, like I said, and then. You know, if you don't have any children and you're single and stuff like that,
and also Moochie,
you got 50 pesos on you.
I think
give the lady 50 pesos, man. John is cheap. I tell you what, that's how he's got all this money he's got, and that's why rich people are rich, though.
But I don't do without.
Who?
Marie.
Oh yeah, Marie. Hey, Marie.
But back to the 24%. But take your 10% on everything you buy in your state or whatever your state tax is. I had to pay $8,000 a year on taxes in West Virginia.
But I mean, just, you know, I'm not trying to argue. All you got to do is look at your paycheck and say, you know, hey, if you're earning $1,000 a month, okay, just say that they are 1,000, and just say the federal tax rate is 24%, and then they're going to take state tax, just say 6%. That's 30%. So you're getting $700 clear. That's $2,800 a month. But what kind of life are you going to live in America on $2,800 a month?
And plus, you have to pay state sales tax on everything you buy.
Everything you buy.
Get your license, you get your property tax.
Minimum wage should be at least $25 an hour right now.
Somebody said Abbott Labs is a solid company. They treated me very well. My division, like 60% of the employees were 40 and over, so they sold my division off, and so they wouldn't have to pay the retirements.
Yeah, see, this was Calvin had a job as a sanitarian.
I've done a lot of that.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Don't you know what they call a maid in America? A domestic engineer.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. Y'all know that taxes is high over there, and you know that because you earning $25 an hour, man, it don't add up, guys. The money, math does not lie, okay? It don't add up over there. You got to have two people working over there, earning $25 an hour. You know, that's the reason I got out of the workforce. I started selling insurance at 42 years old. When the man showed me the numbers, he said, Calvin, here's the numbers. They're not going to lie. This is the potential. He showed me numbers I never even dreamed about earning, because I was stuck in that mindset of, if I could just get $25 an hour. And then I got to thinking, man, don't you know about when I left the rat race, this is a fact, I was earning over $200 an hour. When I did my analysis, John, because I was getting 400 something commission, but when I had to take out the time to get to the appointment, the time to get back, and all that, I was earning almost $250 an hour, man. You know, I could not raise my family on $25 an hour. Not in America. I promise you that. That should be the minimum. Hey, Cliff. He said $25 minimum wage. They always say that, though. Remember when they was talking about raising it to $10 an hour? I remember when they was talking about raising it to $7.50 an hour. This is what they said. Oh, massive inflation, everything would cost much more for everyone. Yeah.
I'd have to do some research. Maybe it did. I don't know. When I started working in 78, the minimum wage was $2 an hour.
Yeah, but I'm saying, John, all you got to do, see, with Americans especially, we got such short attention span.
Oh, I agree with that.
Our memories are so bad that it's crazy. Every time they talk about raising the minimum wage, we get this argument. Oh, it's going to result in massive inflation. Okay, so if I'm working at McDonald's, which, by the way, these franchisees is making millions and millions and millions of dollars. So the workers aren't supposed to, benefit from that in no kind of way.
I got my
foolishness.
I see my son here, John W. Hi, Dad. Hi, son. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, John W. said, yeah. Yeah, our businesses depend on people. Absolutely. But I started reading, because one guy came on, his name was Momentum L. He said, man, those Napoleon Hill books and stuff like that, they don't work, he said. Well, none of that stuff works if you're not going to practice it. John, listen, when I started reading Napoleon Hill, all right, I had a little small business. I earned like $9,000 for that year. Because I was just now starting. Okay. I started reading him. The very next year, I went from 9,000 to 87,000. Well,
that's really good for a business.
Using this up here instead of this down here. See, I started learning about goals, writing down goals, and I started learning stuff about going the extra mile and all that. The stuff does work, man, if you work it.
Well, if you went from 9,000 on a business to 87,000, that's pretty good. That's better than I've ever done.
I went from 9 to 82,000. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's still.
The people at my job, because it's the first year I became an insurance agent, they thought it was a fluke. I went to 87,000 after that, and then from then on, I never earned under 100,000 a year selling life insurance. You damn right it was
That's good.
Hey, Bill Smith, thanks for that super chat. He said, John, I know what Calvin would say. In your opinion, what is the monthly income needed in Philippines to live a decent life? Same life as you and Calvin.
My life, I have a good life. I want for nothing. I smoke all I want. I drink all I want. I eat all I want of American food. I spend $1,750 a month. That's what I spend.
That's a great life.
Yes. Can you spend less?
Do that? What could you do out there in America? Barely pay your rent.
I think that $1,750 is worth equal to about $6,000 in the U.S.
Yes, and see that's always been the appeal. Once I got the women out of my system,
I don't know if I got them out of mine yet.
That was the draw for me. When I said, man, I can live the same way I was living in America for a fraction. I don't have to beat myself to death. I can actually live and have time to go to the beach and read my books because over there I was on that hamster wheel. I couldn't stop, man.
We could go to the beach every day here if
I wanted to.
And we'd only spend about $3 taking our wives and friends and everybody else. So.
Exactly. And when I started doing that bill, that's when I said, I'm off this damn thing. I don't have to be rich. They're talking about Elon Musk is going to become the first trillionaire. That's so selfish, man. See, that's the problem with capitalism. It's too selfish, man. Would you want to be a trillionaire, John? Meanwhile, around you, thousands and millions of people are starving to death and dying. Fuck that, man. That ain't me. That's just me.
But let's be honest. Both of us here are basically trillionaires compared to the locals. And they're
not a trillionaire. But I help. I give back.
I help too. Not as much as he does, but I do.
But I'm just saying, a trillionaire, John, even a billionaire, man, that's too selfish for me. And people think it's okay, but you only have a handful of people that are making billions of dollars. We talk about like it's okay, like you really have a chance of becoming a billionaire. No, you don't. I'm sorry.
Daryl's got a good one.
Where is it?
You spend $6,000 in a month, Philippines? No, I said my lifestyle at $1,750 a month here is equal to what I would spend $6,000 on in the U.S. That's what I think.
Right. Yeah. No. He's not up there with Harold Teal.
No.
Harold Teal spent $20,000 in 1 month here. He said, Calvin, that's what I love about your channel, Calvin. You give us hope. Yeah. Because somebody gave me hope. I'm just going to give you the nitty gritty. I'm not going to sell you some kind of dream. If He says there's American food over there.
But it's expensive.
Now, at what's your name? We can get it.
Doug's.
No, Doug's at Malwani. That's the closest.
Now, Malwani's not very expensive. Doug's is a
Really?
little bit expensive, but it's good.
Where are you going, honey? Okay. What about Boobies? Her insurance? Yeah. Do you got that? Make sure you get a receipt from her. I'm joking. I'm joking, Marie.
Hello,
Is it? Bye, Marie.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, you can get it Malwani.
Yeah.
I'm trying to upload this video for y'all too, but my phone won't cooperate. I made the video on my phone. It's going to be called My $40 a Night Deluxe Hotel Suite in the Philippines. We had a king size bed for $40.
I don't think I've spent over $20 a month for a hotel here, but Mile One is a lot nicer than some places I've been.
And see, now things will get back to normal. When we stayed there, when I first stayed at Mile One, they were giving you 30% off because of the pandemic. Things are loosening up now, so it's back to normal. But I mean, that's a nice hotel.
Yes, it is. $40. The pool is great. I mean, the food there's good. Everything's good there.
You can't get a shit on a shingle for $40 in America.
When I traveled for my job in the U.S., I usually stayed at Hampton Inns, and they usually $120 a night, and this $40 is twice as good.
Lagama says, talk diet a little if you don't mind. Well, see, over here, I lost 30 pounds. I gained a little bit back because my knee, I haven't been able to exercise. But if you want to lose weight over here, this is one of the things I like about the Philippines. Number one, you're going to walk a lot more than you normally do. John walks a lot. He
I walk a lot. That's the only exercise I get, but I do walk a lot.
Philippines don't get the credit for the fruits and vegetables, the fresh fruits and vegetables. You go to that market, man, you're going to see just all colors, all different kinds of
But a lot of it's stuff you never ate before. I would encourage you to try it.
But there's a lot of, there's apples, those little small oranges.
But the apples and the oranges, the garlic and the onions all come from China. And I'm sorry, I don't trust China, but I mean, that's all you can get.
Bananas.
Bananas, you got 4 different
star kinds of fruit here. They got so much stuff here, but I'm saying, if you want to talk diet. Now, what I eat mostly is chicken every day. Because one thing about Filipinos, they don't eat a lot of chicken. 50% of Filipino adults are low on protein here in the diet.
They eat mostly rice.
90% calcium. So, you got to remember, there's a reason they're small. When you see Filipinos and they're small. And people think I'm playing when I tell them, I said, there's a fat woman waiting in every Filipino woman.
I agree with that.
You take them to America, they're going to get fat.
Or even here, if you start giving them, unlimited food.
Regular,
Every one of my 7 girlfriends have gained weight.
Ron, 78.
Will cigarettes or alcohol kill you first? I don't think the alcohol will. Cigarettes probably will. Well, I regret it. I'm ready to go now. I mean, here's how I look at it. My life, what am I going to do? I'm not going to find a cure for cancer. I'm not going to help humanity. I'm ready to go now. I don't care.
No, but we're not saying, this is not what I'm saying, Moochie. If they get away by paying themselves a small income and the rest is in investment of the government, not taxed until they sell. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I no longer have a desire to be a billionaire, okay? Because to me, it's selfish. Somebody's worth $150 billion, but meanwhile, people are starving, man. People are dying. That's just the way I was raised up. I don't see any hoopla and all that anymore. And when I was younger, but if I had $1 billion, I'd probably give it all away. I probably would, helping people, because I'm just how I am, man. I keep enough for my family and my kids and my grandkids, but $1 billion is a lot of money, John.
I will attest, he is very generous.
Retired 2019. Thanks for the super say Calvin, I just booked my first 5-star hotel in Charlestown. Wow, $300 per night. The hotel regular price. Oh, okay, $700
That was
per
zero.
night. That was zero. Yeah.
Now retired though. Think about it. You said you want to come over here and have like 3 children. And I tell you what, Filipinos love children, so you might want to keep some of that. You're going to be gone. You're going to have kids.
Hello, John and Kevin. That's Poopeye. He's
Poopeye.
our favorite. That's our favorite name, right, John?
Yeah, I like it.
Joseph Relford said, "Wow, boss, that's a nice Porsche you got. That's right. You keep working hard. I'll get another one." Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
the workers, yeah. And I'm not saying don't reward people, but somebody came on my channel one time and said all things die out. He said capitalism is just another thing. It's dying out. When you get to the point where you got four of the top earning men in America own more wealth than the bottom 150 million. And something's out of balance. Something's broke there. And I'm just saying, if I had that kind of money, I would help more people, man. That's just me.
Oh,
It doesn't mean I would make it a welfare state. I'm talking about hardworking people.
I would like to see more opportunities for people.
I'm talking about real opportunities.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I'm saying I would help people who want to go to college who can't. Or,
I can't argue that.
Who want to buy a house who can't. You know what I'm saying? The money that they're working hard every day, 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, and they just can't get the money. I'm not talking about some guy
don't want to do nothing
on the corner.
I agree with that too.
You can't help those people, John. And that's what I was. I had a discussion with a guy, and when they say, stop the violence, right? You heard that. Stop the violence, right? Well, 95% of us, we hear that message, John. We abide by it. It's the 5% of the people who are unreachable. And that's in every race.
I agree with
There's 5% of people that you're not going to race. You're not going to reach, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, how much money you give them. We're wasting all our time, energy, and resources on this 5%, who we're never going to reach them. Turn that money around and start giving it back to the 95% and empower us.
And give opportunities. I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying, man. It's 100. Let me tell you something.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason Kincaid, for the super chat. He said, "Thank you for the efforts you put forth for us all." Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. But I'm just saying, okay, in my little hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, last year we set a homicide record, 173 people.
That hurts me.
Okay, listen, though. We're already at 166 now, right? But it's the same damn people killing because they're not, first of all, the police aren't able to solve the crimes. Most of them are unsolved murders, John, a big percentage of them. But I'm saying it's the same 5% that's doing these killings over and over and over and over. And we keep shouting out that same old tired message, stop the violence and all of that. It's not working, I'm saying,
I don't know what the answer is, though.
I'm saying the resources and the money that you're wasting trying to reach the 5% who are unreachable, start using that money to create more jobs, more opportunities.
I think everybody that wants a decent job should be able to get one.
Moochie T said fruits and vegetables cost more at Kroger's than junk food at the stores.
Now here actually the junk food costs more. I think. I'd have to go do some comparison.
The fruits is expensive here.
Well, apples are because they're imported.
Well, they went up. The fruits and vegetables here, it went sky high.
It's like 50 cents.
Remember I told you that inflation touches some things, but not all things. Food is one of them, man. It's ridiculous here now.
I'm surprised it hasn't hit the rent yet.
No, it's not going to hit the rent, and it's not going to hit the labor. No, it's not true, Big D. They've been saying this for a long time. What happened when it was $15? What happened? The food is still the same.
I'd have to do some research. I don't know.
But what I'm saying is, they said the same thing when they were talking about a $15 minimum wage. They said, oh, it equals a $20 for a Big Mac. That's not true. But hell, the Big Mac is already, how much are you supposed to pay for it? Anyway, what, are they going to give it to you free? It's capitalism. you know, 10 or $15 for a gallon of gas. It's
So-
not true, man. Y'all keep repeating that same stuff over and over, but you can't put any numbers out there. You can't show us any proof. That's bullshit, and it's the same stuff they've been talking for years.
Let's talk about gas prices. Here in the Philippines, it's like $4.20 or $4.80 a gallon. Let me do some little calculations here.
Mark Cook says, I would give mine away too if I was a billionaire. I came into the world with nothing. I'm going to leave it with nothing.
Nothing
You
wrong
can't
with
take
that.
it with you when you die. I never
Nothing
seen a
wrong with
U-Haul
that.
behind a hearse. But see, now once you get that money now, it becomes like a contest. Who's the richest man in the world? And I just think it's shallow to me. That's the reason I left America. I don't like that type of thinking. It's just shallow to me. That's just me, man. You know, this is my perspective.
I was
I'm sorry.
wrong. I was wrong. When I bought gas the other day, it was $5.12 a gallon.
Yeah, it's going to hit. The inflation touches fuel, food, fuel.
Well, but that really hasn't gone up that much because I'm thinking it wasn't that much cheaper before here.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, D. Gordon, you know, but of course, that's not the American thinking over there. They got everybody thinking that you got a chance to become a billionaire. That's foolishness for you to believe that, man. The nitty-gritty is you don't.
Well, I tell you what, though, you can become a millionaire.
Oh, yeah, well,
Start with nothing.
Yeah, but listen,
can
John, a
happen.
millionaire is not the same as it was before.
I agree.
When a house in certain places is going to cost you $1 million.
I agree.
You know, it's like, remember when I was growing up in high school, if you earned $35,000 a year, man, that was considered a big salary, right? It's the same way now when somebody says, oh, I want $1 million. Man, $1 million is not a lot of money anymore. In America, it's not.
I agree.
Bill Smith, thanks for the super chat. He said, Calvin, you know I'm a big fan, but you don't know America since COVID. Chili's beside me can't open more than half the stores because no one will work for $15 an hour plus tips. Things are different here. No, I know what you're saying, but you're saying what I was telling you before. These are the same people who don't want to work. They've always didn't want to work. Okay? The only people who work fast food were what? High school people and losers.
But in all fairness, both of us have been gone for 3 years now. Things may have changed. I'm not there. I don't know.
Okay, I mean, what do you mean change? Like what?
Well,
who was working fast food restaurants when you
you're right.
left?
High school or somebody couldn't
And
get another
losers,
job.
right? Okay.
Or somebody between jobs.
Right. Okay. Now, if you give a high schooler $300 a week, he's not going to go to work. Right?
Wow.
But if you give you $300 a week, you're going to be like, fuck that, I'm going to work. You know, you got to look at who's working in these Chili's and stuff to begin with. They're no different than the people that were working in the Chili's before the pandemic. It's just that now the government says, I'm going to give you $300 or whatever it is, $400 a month. Would you take that or work in Chili's?
If I could make more at Chili's, I'd work at Chili's.
Yeah,
I
but
like
I'm
to work,
saying,
though.
John,
But we're different. I know.
No, you're not. See, you're not saying. I'm saying, if I'm a type of guy who I can only get a job working in Chili's, you can get a job doing something else, John.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
If I'm a guy who all I can get is a job working in Chili's, right? And the government says, I'm going to give you $300, whatever, $400, you know, and I'm saying, I'm not going to go to work in Chili's.
Yeah, I got you.
But that's the same crowd that was working in Chili's
before
the pandemic. It's just now the government says, hey, you know.
So I guess the answer is the government's going to have to cut it back some, so it makes it worth going back to work. Maybe. I don't know. Let's say I don't live there, so I don't know what's going on there. I won't watch the news because I get too damn depressed.
I'm just saying that there was lazy people who didn't want to work before the pandemic. Those are the same lazy people now. It's not like we got a whole different crowd, John, of new lazy people. $300 is not going to make somebody like me or you, stop working. That's the spin they're putting on it.
Maybe right.
Joe B said, "What's an internet shop?" That's just where you know.
Use their computers.
Yeah, you go use their computers to get on the internet because so few people here actually have Wi-Fi. But now you can buy a load
for $1.
But only 45% of Filipino adults have access to the internet over here. Okay, so an internet shop. When I came over here, it was real popular. It's not as popular as it used to be. But it's where you go in and you pay 10 pesos an hour.
Something like, or maybe less.
You know, now it's over here around the corner, it's 5 pesos for 20 minutes. So that's 15 pesos an hour. So you see how many customers you have to come to make any money doing that, just to pay your Wi-Fi bill. And then, but one thing you could do, they offer printing services too.
Yes, they did over there.
They offer different little things.
Lamination. That's where I got my thing
That
laminated.
ties it in like that.
Now, in my wife's village, which is very remote, they have Wi-Fi there. 10 pesos gives you 3 hours. So people can get their load there. Or a 53 peso load will last you 3 days here on your phones.
No, a lot of people aren't looking for a free ride. I don't agree with that. I mean, so what are we supposed to do about? No one wants to talk about inflation, John.
Inflation from
what about inflation, Big D? So you tell me what the minimum wage is supposed to be over there in America. By the way, when I left 3 years ago, I was paying $900 a month for my rent. That's cheap, from what I heard. $940. If you ain't go up to $940, okay. So what are we supposed to pay people in this 2021? By the way, 21st century. Nobody says anything. He said, "Oh, minimum wage of $15. It's $25 to be passed on to the consumer."
Well, I mean, a business isn't going to stay open if they can't make money.
But here's the thing about it, John. They are making money. They're just not making more. They're trying to please their investors. They're not thinking about their workers. They're talking about their investors. If they're talking about, they're earning money. They're just not earning the money, more money that they want. They're not meeting the projections, to get more people investing into their businesses. Ain't nobody looking for no damn free ride. Yeah, the same people who's looking for a free ride pre-pandemic is looking for a free ride now. Wow, he's paying $1,500
in North Carolina. Hey, he probably got a nice place though. The last house I had in Tennessee, I'm thinking I was paying about $1,600 mortgage on that a month.
Yeah, and see, this is what I'm saying, Jason. They're spending it too. Just to win an argument, they'll say something like that. He said, "These people are lying, Calvin. People are working. I go to Hooters all the time. Them chicks making bank." The ones who say people don't want jobs, those people just no longer want to trade time for money anymore. That's really all it is, all for the little amount of money that they're paying. I mean, if I'm going to go to Chili's, they're not going to work me 40 hours a week.
Well, that's the temporary work.
It's part-time usually. And so I'm saying, if I'm a guy who I can only get a job at Chili's to begin with, because first of all, I have no ambition. I'm either a college student, high schooler, or I have no ambition. And then the government says, well, I'm going to pay you the same amount for this unemployment as you're going to make at Chili's anyway. What are you going to do, John? Are you going to go work at Chili's? What are people going to talk crazy about you? No,
Actually, as stupid as I am, I probably would. But I enjoyed working.
Yeah, well.
I enjoyed working.
I'm not asking you, John. I'm saying to you.
Normal people.
No, not normal people. The guy who's a loser anyway.
Oh, well,
what's his thinking? His thinking is, I'm not going to go there and break my back washing dishes for $300 or $250 a week, and the government's going to give me $300 a week.
Goodness.
Wow, JH says, retired 2019. Says, I live in a luxury apartment, only 2 years old. Apartments in downtown Durham are $2,300 per month.
He's going to like coming to the Philippines.
Yeah. What is minimum wage anyway? What's your definition of minimum wage, John? No one talks about a living wage. We always talk about a minimum wage. What is your minimum? What's your definition of a minimum wage? What should we pay people then? And then can they live off of it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Some guys said let the people decide. Don't let the government decide.
Well, actually, yeah, the people do decide. You either take the job or you don't.
Okay, he says, I don't think a person who works at McDonald's should be getting paid $15 an hour. That's the job for okay. So it's okay for the business owner to enjoy all the profits and not let the employees have any of that. Is that what you're saying? As if working at McDonald's, as if working at Ford is somehow takes more brains than somebody working at the flipping burgers. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't. Working on assembly line is no different than working on assembly line at McDonald's. This is all in this is the way they got us thinking.
Retire 19, you will live like a king here.
Hey, Kristen Contreras. See, I grew up poor. They're not going to be, a lot of these people want to just blame the problems of the world, of the United States, especially on the poor people. I don't let you do that. You're not going to do that on my channel.
I grew up poor, but I am lucky that I grew up in a time when you could advance yourself. I'm not so sure you have that in the U.S. now.
Of course you don't. Not a working man.
I don't think you have it like you had it when I did.
Not when my father, when I was a child, my father was working. You could work at Ford, Brown and Williamson, Reynolds, Aluminum. You could put your kids through college. You could buy a house. You could have a nice car, live in and have a retirement. You can't do that anymore.
I never got a retirement, but I made good money.
Yeah. But it's not true, Daryl. It's not true. The prices are going to rise anyway, man. There's something called inflation. It's more expensive to do business now than it was. Operating costs is what drives the prices up. Don't y'all realize that if I got a business, John, because I had a business, I had a small insurance agency, right? Don't you know
making $100,000 a year? I think you're doing pretty good.
I was earning more than that when I had my business.
That's pretty good.
Don't you know that I get a tax break for my employees? Don't y'all realize that? Don't be stupid, guys. When these people own these businesses, they're getting all kinds of tax breaks, even if they're paying any taxes at all. So you're going to blame it on the employees for the cost of the service, the goods and services going up? Man, you guys are crazy. Y'all drinking the Kool-Aid. Erling Gobb, thanks for the super chat. Said, realistically,
thank you, buddy.
And documented by the government, anyone making $50 an hour or less are considered the working poor. Look it up, people. It's true. But you're not going to blame, people get on here all at $15 an hour. Like, that's a lot of money. It's nothing in America right now. Yeah, I used to have to agree with Cap. It's all about the shareholders, not the employees with the big corporations. Look, guys, if Jeff Bezos paid zero taxes, okay, how can you say that giving his employees a raise is going to raise the cost of doing business with Amazon? Tomas, I can't pronounce it. Can you pronounce it, John? Retuzny.
My language
says, I paid $950 a month on my mortgage for a brand new house in Alabama. Yeah.
That's good.
That's pretty good. Yeah, mortgage. Yeah. See, that's good.
Real good. But look at what you end up paying because you have to pay your interest off first. How much more you pay? I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, but
so if you can send $1,050 every month, it'll help you out a lot.
But see, you got to understand, Moochie, these companies, they get tax breaks for all this stuff that you're talking about. Okay? And there's something called a business plan. You go into business with these costs, knowing these costs already. It's not like you can get that stuff for free.
Old Gerber baby there, that's his inflation.
What does it say? What is it? Okay. He says, I bought my 2 acres and a house in 1995 for $35,000. I can sell it now for $90,000.
I'm surprised not more than that.
But you've got to pay what? What we talking about?
Oh,
today?
yeah.
Well, you got to pay all kinds of stuff. Capital gains, you got to pay.
And if he mortgaged that, your interest, I mean, you paid a ton on that.
Yeah. See. Laurie 666 says at Sunset Show, wages are going to have to go up. It's to push and pull the labor market. Absolutely. I mean, don't blame it on us, though. You know, if you go into business here, you got to pay your employees, especially if you earning all the millions of what do they think? They're slaves? Except what tax breaks are you talking about?
On a business, I've had businesses. One of the reasons I never paid off my house in Tennessee is because I ran a business out of there. And I could take a portion of the mortgage that I paid and a portion of my electric bill to the square footage of what I use for my business. There are many tax breaks.
There's a lot of tax breaks for business. Okay, do you see go look this up if you don't think I'm playing. When Toyota decided to build a factory in Georgetown, Kentucky, look at all the millions and billions of dollars that the state of Kentucky paid Toyota to bring their business there. Man, come on, you smarter than that, Moochie T. Yeah, but of course that's a consequence of the system, Big D. Anywhere you go, and when you got a country that's supposed to be the richest country that's ever existed, there's some people that's going to slip through the cracks. Does that mean that we junk the whole system of welfare, disability? By the way, we've had this discussion before. Y'all never talk about all the money, your tax dollars that they're spending on the military, by the way, which we have nobody attacking America. Okay? The military has become the biggest
the government's the biggest employer.
The government is service is what it is, guys.
Joe B, where do you two guys hang out? I come up here most of the time. I hang out at my house or down in my Waste Village.
Yeah, when I hang out, I usually go to.
We play tennis with.
We play tennis with the locals. Or we'll go to the beach or somewhere like that. But I don't really hang out anywhere.
I don't either.
Like I used to.
I say mostly I hang out at home or in the village.
There's so many places to go here, though, John.
I tell you, I love the mountains. They're beautiful. Calvin put some pictures up when we were up there.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, we'll go up in the mountains every now and then.
Gorgeous.
And we'll go to these coffee places are big here in the Philippines. A lot of them.
Let's get out of the political stuff.
Get out of this stuff.
Get back to the Philippines.
Yeah. Petrodollar enforcement.
Yeah.
What's that?
Finding Keno. That's not Michael, is it?
Yeah, but now you're talking. Now you're on my side, Daryl. First you're talking about, something else.
Let's talk about the Philippines. Yeah. I mean, we all don't have to agree. We all should be able to talk, though, and not have somebody get mad at the other.
Exactly.
I mean, have your opinion. We all have our opinions. I don't think Calvin. I don't think Calvin would have any use for me if I agreed 100% with everything he said. And I know I wouldn't the other way. Yeah. Yeah, that's Michael. Michael, I saw you. Like I say, I liked your pictures.
Where's that? Where you see that?
Hi, Keno. He's down in Nicaragua.
Okay. Oh, Finding Keno. Is this how many damn?
Yeah, is that Michael Cosby?
He hasn't shared nothing with us yet.
No, he sent me pictures. I told him I wanted proof. Put out a video.
Put out a video, man.
And I want to know how much you paid those girls to take pictures with you.
James Hoskins says the military been able to visit all over the Philippines instead of just being an outskirts. Yeah, but you got to realize something. Yeah, because when I was in Manila, last time I was in Manila, 2016, I flew into Manila and flew out of Manila. The carrier group there, and the guys were in Manila. And, you know, Subic Bay is far from Manila. Well, you know, not it's far enough. Yeah, they can come around, but you got to realize they're on leave and stuff.
You got to be back at a
they
certain
got to be
time.
back at a certain time, but yeah.
That's a different Michael. Sorry about that, Finding
okay.
Kino.
He said the crickets say, so what are they talking about?
Oh, they're arguing amongst themselves about political stuff.
Red Jam Rock says, those mountains are what I would come there for, including the Twin Peaks.
Now, you saw the picture that Calvin had of the waterfall?
Well, he's talking about the other mountain, John, not that.
That's what I came for. I missed that one.
But see, this is the mindset that I got away from America for, John. So I could come here. We will argue about anything.
And want to have a knockdown drag out over one little thing.
And it doesn't add up to nothing.
Just give you facts.
And at the end of the day, we still got to go back to the hamster wheel, right?
Yep.
Hey, Iskandari TV, thanks for the super chat.
Thank you, buddy.
This is for the dum-dums who are disliking the video. Check the YouTube policy. It does not reflect negative. It actually helps the YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how many do we got? We usually get about 10.
Yeah.
But some of the hater channels, that's the on there where they'll have 50 likes and 25 or 30 dislikes. So we do better than them.
Yeah. You see that?
We all say that.
I said, we worry about what China's doing with it. So I'm not.
I'm not either.
I'm not.
As long as they don't touch Taiwan, we're safe as far as I'm concerned.
They're not going to. There's no reason to invade Taiwan or the Philippines. They have their way with the Philippines anyway.
Yeah. They can
do that for anyway.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
And if it gets bad, I just go home.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to.
I don't either.
To be honest with you, China, there's no way. I mean, they own so much of the U.S. debt. Y'all be worried about them invading the U.S., trying to get some of that money back. Roy Bellamy says, hit the like button, people.
Thank you, Roy.
Hey, thanks, Daryl Fullmore, for the super chase. I sent the super sticker earlier. I didn't even say anything, so not sure if you guys got it. I don't.
Well, if we missed it, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Daryl.
No, we were arguing and we
was arguing about minimum wage.
Yeah, which we shouldn't really.
But I thought Taiwan was part of China anyway, right?
Well,
and they want their independence or something. Beach, Texas says, you guys happy with life? I'm considering relocation, 39, live 7 years overseas, have passive income. I've never been happier. I promise you, man.
I'm happy.
In this stage of my life. What's going to happen next week, I don't know, John. But right now,
I've been here almost 3 years. Best time of my life.
Yeah. My Filipino just told me they are pushing for vaccination in her barangay. She is going to get Moderna. Well, see, in St. Carlos City, anybody who wants a vaccination can basically get one. We know we're not like other places though, where they're still going in that order. If you want a vaccine here, man, you can get it. My girlfriend got fully vaccinated.
She got Pfizer, right?
She got Pfizer, so it was.
They got Moderna now.
So it was Wednesday. She's fully vaccinated now.
Well, our city put out you can't get into the public market unless you have both vaccines.
Yeah, November the 30th. I said, how much problem do you think inflation will be after the Philippines opens back up? Well, like I said, inflation is only going to touch certain areas. You know, it usually touches fuel, food. What else, John? Would you say?
Well, let's. I did this research, but it's been a while. I don't remember. But since 2018, we've had quite a bit of inflation. I think it was 3% 2018, 2019. But then we had 1 year where it was about 6, and I think this year it's been
like
about
4 or something.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, though, it doesn't touch everything. Rent is still cheap here.
But imported stuff.
And that's why I say, people have been, ever since I've been coming to the Philippines since 2009, people have been talking about how inflation is going to run you back to the United States. Well, I'm waiting.
Me too.
I'm waiting, man. It's not going to happen. Not in my lifetime.
I don't think it's going to change much after it opens, to tell you the truth. I may be wrong.
No, the prices may change because in the Philippines, it's always been, everywhere else is going to be, we're going to try to get our clients back. So we're going to give you a deal. Okay. In the Philippines, you don't get any deals. They're not going to give you any deals. It's going to be, this is my price. Take it or leave it. They've done business like that ever since I've been here. Now, it got so bad that some things they had to give you. I'm talking about deep in these lockdowns.
Well, you talked about the deal at Milwaukee.
Yeah. But that was deep in the lockdown. I mean, on the regular conditions.
I don't think it's going to go that much up when it reopens. Maybe it's just me.
Well, I think it is because the Philippines, they're going to try to get theirs back like they do us as foreigners anyway. They get you on the front end. They don't try to get you on the back end. Now, don't you know these guys now one of them was the guy that helped build my house. Okay, now check this out. To put those poles up, okay, it took 2 days. Don't you know how much money they charged me to do that? 3,750 pesos. I was shocked.
Do a little calculation there.
No, but I'm saying for 2 days, John.
So that's
a lot of money.
$650, I think.
No, it's not that.
37, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
No, it's about let's say $70, right?
Oh, 3,500.
Yeah.
I think you said
but I'm saying, John, you know that their salary's not that high.
No, $10 a day, $15 a day. I don't know what they make.
Who makes that much? I mean, let's
I don't know what
be like a skilled.
Well, I would hope electric workers would make more
No. They just put the poles.
Okay, so it's just day laborers.
Yeah, it's laborers. Because when she came back to me and told me that, I was like, But see, that's how they do you. Because one of them worked on the house. He said, oh, this guy's got some money. Instead of saying, oh, just give us, 500 pesos a day for them would have been good. But they went way over there, 37.50. I was like, okay. And that's how they do business over here. And when it opens back up, it's going to do the same thing. They're going to jack the prices up because they already know you guys are slobbering to get over here.
But you have the figures on how many people came before the pandemic, so it might not. We'll see. I'm talking about China.
Oh, okay. As if they don't control us enough.
Yeah.
The system, I'm saying. Yeah. Do they control you, John? You pay taxes, don't you?
Yes, and
you have to pay taxes.
And all the stuff I buy from them.
Yeah. No, I mean, the system. Period.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's not like they say, oh, they take their vaccine, they're going to put a chip in you so they can control you.
Do you have a social security number?
Yeah.
You're controlled. You're controlled. Period.
Look on your passport. They got that. When they scan your passport, they know where you are at every minute.
That's how you get your ticket. You put it at the scanner. They know where you're going. Yeah.
Look on the back of your U.S. license. Everything. They know exactly where you are.
If you have a social security number, you're controlled.
Hey, thanks, Doug Carr, for the super sticker.
Thank you, Doug.
He said, let's see. Shoot. Forget to type in my chat. Okay.
Well, give us one, Doug. We'll read it. Yes, and I agree with that. I always do. I ask them how much it's going to cost.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, that's how the Philippines works. They're not going to give you any discounts to come over here.
I blame the Tangawai. That's always my excuse.
You got to realize, okay, remember I told y'all the story about we went to, what's the name of that place I told you we went to? It's expensive already.
Oh, yeah. I remember
it was $3,800 for the hotel, $350 to ride the boat.
And you had to buy food there. That was
And
outrageous.
you had to buy food. Okay, now 2 months later we come back in the midst of the pandemic. They raised the price of the room $500, so now it's $4,300, and they doubled the cost of the boat ride. You know why? Because they're saying, okay, if you want to come here,
we're the only game in
we're
town.
the only game in town. They play that over here, guys.
Now, do you think you got it just because you was in America?
No,
anybody?
No, it was everybody because remember, you have to catch the boat to get over there.
Because I'm going to say, try to find out the prices, and if they give you two, I'll walk away sometimes.
Well, when you go all the way, you know how far that place is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying locally.
Oh yeah, I always do.
Right.
I got a do not call list. I mean, I won't. Okay, you got me this time, but you won't ever get me again. It's like those guys, those workers. I'll never harm again. You want to try to cheat me, man?
Yeah, really.
3,750.
Right after the pandemic, when they opened the border for a short time, I got a tricycle there. I wanted to go to my wife's village. He goes, how much will you pay me? I said, 500 pesos. He goes, nah, I need 800. I said, well, go fly a kite. Yeah. Next guy came up. I said, how much take me to Valley of Mercy? He said 200 pesos. So I rode and I gave him 500 pesos. That's what I was willing to pay.
That's usually what I do.
Yeah.
That's usually what I do. But that's what they'll get.
Joe B, I like how the guy checked out in Cebu not too long ago, the 37 years old. That's the way I want to check out.
He checked out. Heart attack. He was 37, she was 20.
And he was on the bottom.
He wasn't having any problems until she got on top.
I love it.
He says there's a big credit system there. Do people use credit cards a lot? Not a lot. I don't know how they check your credit here.
I don't think they do.
I've never figured that one out.
I don't think they do. If you got the money, I think they let me take my car before I gave them the check for it.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, I drove it down to the bank to get the check.
I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know, but we're getting back into political stuff to get out of that.
I didn't know. Robert Dame said Buck's mobile home is bigger than mine. I got a 54 by 14. My rent just went up $40 a month for the space fee. I pay $80 a year in property tax. Calvin, will there be a property tax on you? Yeah, but but remember, they always undervalue everything over here, and they'll do that for you. So if you paid $1 million, I think on my taxes on the tax sheet, it's like
that's interesting.
600 something thousand or something like that. They do that every day.
But my girlfriend, do you know what you'll be paying yearly?
She told something like 1,200 pesos.
Okay,
about $25.
I mean, you can't complain about that either.
Yeah, you can't complain about that. But see, you got to realize she collects taxes.
Yeah, so she knows what's going on.
I used to go around with her. I go to these businesses. Every last one, they trust me. I shouldn't be saying this online, but they would give her the receipt book, and she'd go through there making up, their daily.
Gotcha.
So
they run two books. I'll be interested to see how long it takes you to get your electricity. And the reason I said it is Calvin's wife knows people in town, and that really helps here. My neighbor, Israel, he waited almost 4 months after he paid his money. So I'll be interested to see how long it takes you. I'm sure it won't take that long.
Said, they're supposed to be calling any day now. Today or Monday. Beast Texas said, did you do a lot of other travel? Yeah, I did. But the thing was, my story was, after my divorce, I had 20,000 cash. I was going to take a trip around the world. I ended up coming to the Philippines first, really. And I didn't go anywhere else. I said, this is it for me.
I retired in Mexico first. After 3 months, I left.
Philippines checked all the boxes, man, for me. I'm just a simple guy, though. See, I can put up with a lot of stuff that other people can't put up with. I'm not a complainer. Yeah, I grew up poor, man. In America, we didn't have air conditioning.
I didn't either.
I didn't.
I lived in Statesville, North Carolina without air conditioning in the 80s.
Well, there's credit cards here. There's people who got credit cards here. But not a lot. You got to realize not the masses.
If you use your credit card here, what happened to me, you say yours don't give you a fee at Save More. I was getting charged so much. They charged me 3% and then a out-of-country fee also. So I don't use my credit card.
My bank card does that.
Now, I was going to get a Filipino credit card. I went down to the bank, but I went home and Googled it and read it. Here, if you get a credit card, a Philippine credit card, and somebody hacks it, until you cancel it, you're responsible for everything that gets charged on it. So I wouldn't get one after that. In the U.S., if somebody hacks it, you're only responsible for $50 per Congress, and most companies waive that fee.
But see, I figured that out. See, when I was with my wife, we had credit cards. How she would be so proud to pull out that credit card because nobody here has it.
You gotta pay.
I mean, I had to pay it.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Well, that's good
I mean,
for her.
she was full of pride to do that because people don't. The masses don't.
Most places don't even take them here. In provinces.
Wait, this is a good question. He said, "Can a misdemeanor DUI conviction affect an
I don't know.
SRV approval?" I don't know because remember they do that FBI. I wouldn't think it would. I would think
It's
something
a misdemeanor.
like I would think
maybe a
something
felony.
like a murder,
A felony.
I wouldn't even think of. I think depending on what it is, I would think something like rape, pedophilia, something like that. On your record.
Yeah,
I think that would.
Google it. That'd be a good thing to Google.
Manny Ayala says, if you buy a scooter in the Philippines for let's say $200,000, is it $2,000 out the doors or a tax on it? And so roughly how much? Usually, the tax is already written into the price. Over here,
you don't have to pay it later.
You don't have to pay nothing. You don't have to pay no sales tax. Is what he's saying. It's out the door.
I was charged 78,000 pesos, $1,500 when I bought that car, but they repealed that tax, and I ended up getting it back. 5-6 months later?
Yeah, that's a different type of tax. He's talking about
I don't think there's any.
It's already written in.
It's already written in. Here. And also, when I bought my car, it was written in. I got a year license, a year insurance and 3 years license on it. So just read what you're signing.
But like when you go into the store here, if you go in the grocery store and you see something's 200 pesos, the tax is already written in there.
Yes, I see what you're getting at.
And even when you go to a restaurant, the tax is already in there because what you'll see, just say 200 for the meal. Then there'll be like, what is it here, like 12% or something. So they'll have the food to be, let's say, there's a 180, and then the VAT is what they call it. VAT is what they call it. Be 20 pesos. They'll figure it out right there with the calculator. But it's already, what you see is what you pay.
I'll be honest with you, though. I would be very, very leery of getting a scooter here. They are dangerous. Calvin's wife had, 2 accidents or 1 accident?
No, she said...
it's dangerous here.
Yeah, she said 2 serious accidents.
And a friend of hers, whatever happened to her? She ever make it?
Yeah, she made it, but she's got, brain damage.
Oh, God. Yeah, they're dangerous here.
What do you, Calvin and John, what do you think is behind the 1,000 peso stink eye if you're buying something for 200 pesos? It doesn't happen in other countries. What are you talking about?
I don't know either. They're saying getting overcharged. If you're getting overcharged, just tell them no. Go to somebody else.
I don't get that either. But this isn't true right here. He says if you have a felon, you can't get a passport. I have a friend of mine. He did 18 years straight, 19 in prison. He got out and got his.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Thank God I don't have any felonies. I got a bunch of misdemeanors.
I know
have no problem.
I know that if you owe the government, especially for
child support
arrears,
I believe that
you can't get it if it's 2,500 or more.
If I think about when I get home, I'll Google that and try to find something out on that. You can always believe the internet.
I don't know what that means. Moochie, she said, Blue John, we talking about the Philippines. We all know they give credit cards like confetti here.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
And hope you can't pay them off and make minimum payments for the rest of your life.
Calvin, I think you're almost there with your economic theory. However, you're missing an important part. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I probably am. I miss a lot of stuff over here because really, like the guy said, I've been out of the cycle. I've been out of and I'm glad. Really.
Oh, me too.
Because I'd be dead, man. Some of you guys, y'all get my blood pressure going up on here. Imagine if I'm at home Talking about Hebron Lame. That's what I call him.
Hebron Lame.
LeBron James. We talk about crazy stuff. We argue about that kind of stuff.
Get all worked up over it.
Biden's my man. Trump is my
I hate
man.
them all.
Yeah.
None of them care about us.
we go crazy over stuff like that.
Is owning a car expensive in the Philippines? Like I said, what I come up with gas, $5.10 a gallon. I bought a brand new car for $13,700. Now it is one of the cheaper ones here. Now you can buy cheaper cars here. A Suzuki Espresso is only like $10,000. You don't get no airbag, no automatic, no air conditioning.
The tires, you're going to eventually your brakes, because these roads are beasts.
We'll
on
see.
Your
I've had mine 5 months now. So far, okay.
Well, 5.
We'll see. But ask me in a couple of years. I don't drive a lot. You're right.
How often do you drive? Be honest.
Maybe twice a week. I'll put 48 kilometers.
And you're going straight on the good road.
Yes. So to me, I guess for me to answer that, ask me in 5 years.
Yeah. But I would say brakes, because especially when we went to Bacolod,
now they have these multi-cab.
It's not necessary to own a car here. John, I don't have a car. John said he wouldn't have had one if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Before the pandemic, I could walk 5 minutes from my apartment, be on a bus to go anywhere I wanted, an air-conditioned bus. It was cheap. Calvin, pre-pandemic, could walk 6 minutes. It wouldn't take you long to get out there. You can go wherever you want. It's cheap.
Yeah, and they got good, reliable public transportation. An air-conditioned bus, I can go all the way from here to Dumagetti for about $5.
I'll say you can get on a ferry and go to Manila, wherever you want. And the buses ran between here and Dumagetti every 15 minutes at one time. So you didn't have to wait long or anything.
Well, we're not saying that. But the people we bring in the country to do these jobs, we don't want them here, right, John? The people who come in here from Guatemala, Mexico, different like that, who really want these jobs, because in my opinion, if you're 50 years old and you're washing dishes, you're a loser. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You're a loser. Now, see, y'all with all this, people are so sensitive nowadays. Man, if you're 50 years old and you washing dishes, unless you got some type of mental,
a little bit retarded.
That's what I'm saying.
I would go shake that guy's hand, saying you're a good man.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about those people, John. Don't be realistic. You're not washing dishes, right?
Are you talking about me? I've done worse jobs than that.
Yeah, but not as a man, you wasn't.
I did pretty shitty jobs up until I was in my 30s.
Yeah, well, me and you was different.
Clean up piles of grease
you was a loser then, right? Unless they paying you money. But I can call somebody a loser, man. I'm not, don't do that to people.
I need to learn more about Magic Jack.
No, I got Magic. I used to have Magic.
How's that work out?
It's good. It's just like having a phone.
I need to talk to you about that one of these days when I'm not drunk.
Magic Jack. Magic Jack is just regular. You
pick your phone number, right?
You download the app. You pick a phone number from your area. So in Kentucky, mine was 502.
Okay.
So I had a 502 number. So when I called home, it was just the same as if I was at home.
And if anybody called you, they just called that number. Did you have to have your Wi-Fi on?
Yeah.
It says like Wi-Fi calling. That's what I do.
You gotta have a Wi-Fi.
Gotcha.
But it's really good. It's only $39 a year.
We can't bitch about that.
I mean, it's really good.
Well, he might be right. I don't know. I guess I don't have any felonies. I got mine.
Yeah, I don't have any. But you can get that expunged, right? Off your record. I don't worry about stuff like that. Believe it or not.
Let Calvin and John do their thing.
Okay, Moochie T, take care.
See you, buddy. Thanks a lot for joining us.
per tire is 6,300. Wow, Iskandari television. Well, that's what about 150? No, it's less than that. It's about 110, 120,
yes, 126.
Yeah.
Hey, Nifty.
Hey, Nifty.
Yeah, I don't know how much tires will cost. Hey! Here, the Filipino tricycle giant said, "Hello, Sunshine Shoulders." That's pretty cool.
Quiet Storm, Marine said, Cal, did you have high blood pressure? Absolutely, I did. I don't have it anymore.
Well, once in a while when I'm on with him, he gets it.
No, but I'm going to tell you why I did. I've got 4 daughters, man, and they drove me crazy over that. The 2 youngest live with me, and, yeah, I had high blood pressure. I did. But I don't anymore.
But I tell you, those $26, $36 a tire, that's not much different than the U.S.
No, that's 120.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's
120
high.
per tire.
That's kind of high.
For these little tires over here, especially.
Kind of high.
Poop, I said, yeah, I got Magic Jack, but haven't set it up yet. Yeah,
Let us know how it works out.
What do you mean? I already know.
know.
It's real simple. You just download the app
On your phone?
on your phone or here.
I'm going to have to do something
Okay,
there.
make sure you got Wi-Fi and just make your calls.
Okay.
You can call your bank, you call toll-free numbers and stuff like that. Hey, Iskandari TV, thank you.
Hey, buddy.
He says, use Google Voice, $10 a month, and you receive text messages to use for your bank or anything to do authentication. Skype and Magic can't be authenticated. Yeah, that's right. And that's important too, because especially when you're dealing with the post office or something like that.
So he says you can't call your bank?
No, he says use Google
Voice for that. Okay,
$10 a month, and you can receive text messages to use.
So
for
Magic
your bank,
you can't?
Well, you can, but it can't be authenticated. See, like, okay, if you go on the U.S. Postal Service right now, and if I want to request something, a change or something, right, they're going to ask my phone number, and they're going to
send you a
no,
text.
they're going to want to authenticate it.
Okay.
It's not going to authenticate with Magic Jack.
Okay.
But he's saying Google Voice, yeah.
Well, okay. Well, that might be the better option then.
$10 a month, but if you need something authenticated. He says, I've seen a McDonald's crew of all adults. That's a small factory, about 200 employees, angels.
Somebody angels?
I don't know.
Yeah, this be.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. He said you have to get a conditional release after your felony. If proved, then you get a passport. Come on, guys, research for yourself. Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I don't,
I hope I never have to find out.
Yeah, me either.
I just need a beach and a beer, Ben H. Sounds like a winter to me.
And that's what I like about over here. See, it's a simple life over here. It's one thing. Have you ever seen, when's the last time you've seen Filipinos argue?
Not often.
Not often, do you?
Not often. I'm trying to think.
See,
when I had one of my neighbors close down a used clothing store, she argued a little bit with me.
You hardly ever hear it, do you?
Hardly ever. I'm trying to think the last time.
That's why I like it over here. Remember I told you guys I hadn't had an argument in 3 years, unless it's with one of you guys now. But
or me.
No, I've never had an argument with you.
No, I don't think so.
But I'm just saying, they don't argue over here, man. And that's one thing that I was glad I got away from. Because that will raise your blood pressure. And then you walk away. Even if you're right, you got a headache. You ain't mad at the other person. Y'all may not speak for 2 or 3 days. It's not worth it. Retired 2019 said, Calvin, I just want to talk about booty, beaches, and good food. Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for, man. And I'm going to be honest.
Let's talk
There's plenty
about
of that over here.
let's talk about the food a little bit. Now, I've always said I'm not a fan of the food here, and still I like American food better. Calvin adapted to the food a lot quicker. My girlfriend, though, is getting to be such a better cook that she has about 6 or 7 things now that are really good that she's making. So just hang in there and try different things. That'd be my recommendation. We also had
But the food over here is not much different. Okay, they eat fish, chicken, and pork.
Make it
But
different.
you can have her make it the way you had it in America. Actually, the fish is better here.
What's
in my
fresher?
opinion.
It's fresher.
The chicken is a lot better. I could eat their chicken wings and save more every single day. But it has something
I
to
think
do.
the chicken's about the same.
It has something to do with this.
Oh, the
air
fryer.
fryer.
That was good. I tasted some of that.
Hey, grumpy dude, Brian. Okay, he said Beast Texas says, can we talk about budget?
Yeah.
Just
That's
boots
not
on
off
the
topic.
ground. No, my budget is a lot less now since the pandemic. Just my living expenses, see, because that's different. And you made a good point on that. My living expenses are very low. My rent's up about $170. My water bill, let's just say 10, okay? And then my electric is $100. So that's less than $300, my living expense. Now, then you put the food on that. Let's make it high. Let's say that's another $400. Now you're looking at $700 a month, John. That's my rent, my utilities, and my food. I don't buy a lot of clothes over here because they don't sell my size.
I got the only extra large Western shirt in San Carlos the other day. I'm so proud of
That
it.
looks good on you, John. It fits
Thank
good.
you.
Because the last one he had was a
It's too
large.
small. It's a large. It's too small.
small.
Now, here's what gets me. It was priced at 1,500 pesos, which is $30. Now, if I get up there, they get their calculator. They charge me 150 pesos,
Yeah.
$3 for this shirt.
Now you got to realize your lifestyle, Beast Texas, is what's going to determine.
Yes.
See, John smokes and drinks. I don't.
But that don't really cost me that
That's not
much.
what I'm saying.
But it is
you
is
got to
an
put
expense.
it in there.
That's
It's an
right.
expense.
And I take 9 prescription drugs in the morning,
Yeah.
4 at night. That costs me about $350 a month. So it starts adding up. I give my girlfriend $240 a month. So there, it's adding up.
And that has to do with your lifestyle. Really.
Yeah.
And then, see, we stayed at the hotel the other day because of the brownout. That was $40. Then about another 10 to eat, so it's $50. So you do that once or twice a month. Then she's got a motorcycle that I have to pay gas in.
Well, it's $5.20 a gallon.
But on this, though, that thing
a gallon
runs
last year a
forever.
month.
Yeah. I would say I'm looking at probably about, then another $28 a month for my
Wi-Fi?
immigration.
Oh.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is about $40 a month.
Well, I send myself $2,500 a month, and it costs me about $40 to send that to me. That's something, it does add up.
Yeah, it adds up, but it's not a whole lot. If you add everything up that I've got, I mean, really, I'm looking at probably about $1,000. But you got to realize, it just varies. When everything's wide open, we travel more. So you can add another 2, 3, and I'm taking care of 5 people, by the way. Look, boobies, diapers, expensive.
That's probably
now.
a big expense.
That's added a lot to my expense. But it's not that if you're single, man, and come over here, just you and your girl, you can live pretty good off $1,000, I would say. Thanks, Walt Mosier, for the super chat. The question is, living in BGC, given it's near Manila, a good quality of life for an expat who can afford it. Well, that's one of the most expensive places in all the Philippines.
Is it? See, I've never been there, so
it's near Manila. One of our panelists, Anthony.
That's where he lives.
He lives there, but his company pays for all of that.
Well,
his rent's over $100,000. You can live cheaper than that in a lot of places. A good lifestyle.
Oh my goodness, $100,000?
Yeah, well, it's just his rent.
I think you can buy half.
BGC. Man,
you
you
buy
could
half
live.
the street here.
I mean, if you can afford it, why not? But I think you just be throwing away a lot of money.
Oh, I do too.
I mean, who you trying to impress over here? Really?
I don't know about you, but the older I get, the less people I want.
That's right. I ain't trying to impress nobody, man. I mean, you could move somewhere like Dumagetti and live a nice life. Cebu and live a nice life. You don't have to live in BGC. I mean, imagine BGC is so way up there that when he said when the NBA is in town, that's where they stay. That's where they get their haircut and all that. Why would you want to come over here and live like that? You might as well stay in the United States. That's what I say. He said, I know a seamstress who lives in Baguio who will make shirts, polo, button-downs, such. 400 per shirt. I would contact her. Been a couple of years since I bought from her. And that's one thing I keep forgetting about.
Me too.
I bought that up before on one of my last
I heard you, and I said, I should have thought, every town has a couple tailors in it. I pass one, downtown every day.
And you can have stuff made.
Probably you buy the material and take it to them, and they have it done in a day.
Absolutely. Said, do a lot of people go gardens over there? Yes, they do.
Now, in my second floor apartment, I tried to grow, and everything dies. I mean, I finally got tomatoes as big as marbles, but
now you know where I live now, right? Their whole backyard is
oh man, that'd be great.
I mean, their whole backyard, my neighbor's
garden
is a garden, and then right in front of my house, the guy he used his lot instead of build a house to build a garden. Iskandar TV says BGC is like living in the States. It is. He lives up that way. He knows.
I mean, if you're paying $100,000 a month,
that's $2,000 a month.
Yeah,
well,
that's a lot of money.
Do it over here. Robert Dame says some foreigners throwing their money around and making it hard on the rest of us who don't have so much. Not really, because remember budgets are like assholes. We all got one. Some are tighter than others.
And remember, the Philippines is vast. It goes if you overlay it on the map of California, it goes from about Central Oregon down to northern Mexico. So if you get someplace where not a lot of foreigners, it's not bad. I rented a house in Southern Lady, fully furnished with hot water and aircon, $37.50 a month.
Yeah. It just,
but it's very remote. You couldn't get no cell phone service or nothing.
And when you go to places like Mindanao, it gets cheap, man. I'm gonna tell you. And some of these little municipalities and provinces, if you want to live like that, you can live really cheap here. Ishmael Moore says the beach of life is fine.
I think the main thing is it depends on your lifestyle, how much you're going to
spend. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He says it's your decision to throw your money around.
However you want.
That's what you want to do. I just wanted to live I didn't want to recreate the life I'm trying to get away from. I want to make sure I've only had put up $1,500 a month. I could not live at all in America on that. But here I can live the lifestyle I left America from. Because I don't need a car. I don't need all that foolishness. I had a television in every room, by the way. Now we got one television here. I go by the 300 rule. I don't pay over 300 for anything in my house. That motorcycle, that's it.
Sam Champion there. That's a good one. Wow.
Guys, not to put down any seamstress, but my wife had a custom-made dress to attend a wedding. After she wore it once, it fell apart. Just inspect the work before you pay for it.
But here, if you buy something, you bought it. You'll take notice. All Filipinos, like on this shirt, my wife got it and look for tears and everything. That's on everything here. There's no taking it back.
Yeah, dang, 30-something, 50 a month. Yeah. I'm wanting a hot ladies, nice beach, good vibes, and have a max 5,000 a month to spend recommendations. Yeah, if you got
5,000 a month,
you could live anywhere. I mean, I would go somewhere like Panglao, Bohol, because you're going to be in the Visayas region where the prices aren't going to be that high. You can get the hot ladies, you can get the place by the beach. You could live in Auckland, which is where Boracay is for that. I mean, close to the beach. Some guy, one of my subscribers said he had an apartment there. He was paying $600 US a month right on the beach in Boracay, But it's so many beaches here, man. It just depends on where you want to go.
Isn't it Seth has that place on the beach?
That's in Dumagetti.
It looked pretty nice. And what was $600 a month, and it looked pretty.
That's a
brand new
place.
Brand new. It looked nice.
And the lot was humongous.
Yeah, it looked great.
Yeah, Calvin flights from Dubai and Saudi Arabia to the Philippines is wow, 500, 600 for a round trip. So cheap as a flight. Yeah, I paid 600, about a little bit close to 600 when I came over here.
See, I always did mine like a week ahead, and I got rigged.
Yeah, I did mine 2 months. It's the furthest I'd ever booked out, 2 months.
Well, that's the way to do it because I
Yeah.
think one of mine was around Christmas. I think it's 3,000 round trip.
Well, I did that before, man. It was 3,800, but I paid it the day before. And it was crazy. But
Well, I was only like a week before, so like I said, I paid 3,000.
yeah, we're still on. We'll get ready. We got about 10 more minutes, but you know,
Cliff
hell,
and Rue.
we ain't got nothing else to do, Cliff.
We're retired.
Might as well stay on here.
Yeah, we're retired.
You know, people staying on here with us.
American food costs about as much as here. Some of it does, some not. Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, American food. What do you mean
Some
by
of you
American
can't get
food?
here.
Like I said, the fish, the pork, and the chicken taste the same here as it does in America. The fish is better to me.
What's fresher?
Because I'm from the Midwest.
Same with
All
me.
I had was frozen fish.
Imported. Yeah, we're basically imported.
Here, you can taste the damn fish oil in the fish. It's delicious.
Well, a lot of times it's just caught a few hours before you buy it.
Well, you buy it. Yeah, it's really good. And that's what I consider American food because, you know, rice is American food we eat over there.
We don't eat
it
it like they eat it here.
No, not like they eat it. But
They're
I eat
addicted
it a lot.
to it here.
But I have to have soy sauce with mine or fish oil. I mean, not fish
Chicken
sauce.
oil.
Fish sauce.
I like that chicken oil on it.
I've
It's
never
not good
tried
for you.
that.
It's oily. Okay, hey.
He said, seems like bananas would grow well there. Absolutely, they do.
I see banana trees all the time, but I don't see bananas on them. They must pick
because
them quick.
They pick them off.
They
there.
must pick them
If
quick.
not, they're
Get
going to
stolen.
take them.
That's what I was thinking.
The Philippines is the world's largest exporter of coconuts. You can see the coconut tree right across the
They're
street.
everywhere.
And it's good, man. If you never had a coconut before, it's not like the sweet stuff we sell over there. It's
With the
different.
powdered sugar on it.
Yeah, it's different.
I was surprised though the coconut water just tastes like water to me. I mean, I thought it would have some kind of flavor to it.
Yeah. It is good. Some of it's sweeter than others. If you get the yellow ones, you see the
Most of the
yellow
ones I've had been green. So
yeah,
okay.
but you get the yellow ones. But even
Okay.
if you do, okay, I'm gonna tell you what. If you're thirsty, man, and you get that, it's delicious, man.
Now they have coconut wine here, but they do not make it out of that coconut wine. They make it out of the sap that comes out of the tree. Hey, thank you, buddy.
Beach of Life. He said there's 22,548 miles of coastline in the Philippines. I just need one. Thanks for the show, Cal and John. Thank you. Yeah, and see, that's what I tell people all the time. If you really want to relax here, get you a scooter like this and ride off the coast. That's one of the things I like about going from here to Dumaguete. It's a long stretch where you
Most of
on
the
the coastline.
islands have a coastal highway around them.
yeah. Let's see what he said. Something about it all depends on your lifestyle.
Well, it does. One of the viewers said it depends on how high maintenance you are, and I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. You know, $2,200 a month in San Carlos is a lot. It just depends on where you live, too, because in Manila, it's more expensive. In Cebu, any of the urban cities, it's going to be more expensive. But you start getting out to these little second-class cities and stuff.
I mean, I smoke and drink, and I don't spend $2,200 a month. I can go out with the gentleman's club there. I'll spend $10 and I buy rounds. I mean, it's not that
But
expensive.
if you lived in Cebu, maybe it's a little bit
Maybe,
more.
or maybe Dumaguete might be more.
But in a place like San Carlos,
Yeah,
no.
that's not bad.
I just tell y'all my boots on the ground experience. You know, you can come over here. It's going to be different because you're going to live different. I don't chase women anymore. See, I don't drink. I don't smoke. But I do pre-pandemic like to go places. Lackawanna Island was the name of that place I was trying to think of.
Okay.
It'll come to me. Where they went up doing the... So I put them on my do not call list. Why would you go up on your prices during the pandemic?
I'll bring up something that Sam Champion brought up yesterday. He said where he's at, and I forget where he's at. Calvin knows. He could only get one ply toilet paper. So that just shows you how different the Philippines are. It depends on where you live. We can get 3-ply here, but I've been in the provinces where I could only get 1-ply.
Now this guy, wait. Some guys ask, can you go shore fishing over here? I don't see it that much.
If you look down there on the boulevard, I'll see locals down there. They just have a line, they'll throw it out. I don't see that many people fishing either.
Now, John said in his wife's village.
Those are fishermen, real fishermen. They got these little canoes, they call them pump boats. I would go down and talk to them probably for 10 or $15. They'll take you out all day, You
got to go with them.
Yeah.
Because you're probably going to pay them more than they're going to make.
Probably.
Being out there all day.
Probably.
Anyhow.
But like I say, they take these boats out in the open ocean. These boats are small. Those are real fishermen.
Yeah. But those are real fishermen.
Those are real fishermen.
You're on open
ocean.
You're not, you're on no lake. You're out there because whenever I ride the Two-Go, the Fast Cat, we go right by these little boats. I mean, they're way out in the ocean, man.
They'll go out different times. They go out in the evening to get squid, or they'll go out at like 3 in the morning to get a certain fish. They know what they're doing. That's what they do for their whole life.
Well, here like Dumageddon, Beach, Texas. I like towns with good expat communities, lots of tourism, nightlife, beaches, travel's easy, good food. Yeah. If I had enough money that I could live anywhere in the Philippines, I'd live on Cebu Island because it's just so much there, guys. I mean, Cebu is centrally located, and just on the island of Cebu, you got Cebu City, then you got all that north and south. You wouldn't really have to go a whole lot of places. Hey, thanks, Michael Dawsonville.
Thank you, buddy.
We really appreciate it for the super chase. So you guys are the greatest. Keep up the good work, my friends. Thank you, man. When are you coming back to the PI, Michael? Robert Damies, I used Magic Jack in the Philippines. I did until it ran out, and then she wouldn't. See, she has to renew it over there, and she won't renew it.
Oh.
Said my son used it when he went to Russia 2 years ago. Yeah, because she's got the login information. She wouldn't give it to him.
Gotcha.
Oh, well. Because remember, guys, when
the woman scorned, man.
Yeah, when it goes bad over here. He said, I want to see Moonshine Stone Calvin. Okay, maybe next week we'll do that again, John.
We'll do that.
Remember?
I had a little bit today, but I hate to get too bad because I'll start talking stupid and Calvin get upset with me, and I don't like
Next week we'll do for every super chat, John will take a drink.
Okay, but it might have to be beer instead of 80 proof. Yeah, we'll do something. That sounds good.
Yeah, we'll do something. Greg Calhoun says, hey, Calvin, where's the place to visit for the first time in the Philippines? I was told to go to Angeles City, Pampanga. Have a great experience. Well, they told me it changed. Iskandari Television and Anthony, they said it changed. If I was going to go for the first time experience, I'd go to Boracay or Palawan, but I'd go to Boracay because I've never been. He said for the first time, to have a Cebu is not a tourist place, really. Cebu City. See, he could fly into Manila or Cebu, and Boracay is only going to be 40-minute flight.
I need to go there.
45-minute flight.
If we ever open up, I will.
Well, they're open up now.
So we can go now.
You can go now. You're fully vaccinated, but your wife's not.
So I got to.
Well, she'd have to take the swab test.
I need to get her vaccinated.
Yeah. He said, that's where I'm going, Cebu, budget $5,200 a month. If I'm going to live here, Cebu. But if I'm just going to visit, I got to go Boracay.
But if you visit, do you want a tourist place? If you're thinking about moving here, maybe, you see what I mean? It depends on what you want. If you want just a vacation.
Experience. Talk about experience. I would go to Boracay. But if I'm going to move here, I go to Cebu. He said, yeah, Boracay's better. Yeah, I would go to Boracay.
I need to check it out.
Than Angeles City.
I wouldn't.
Because he's been to both. Iskandari Chichi's been both. Then they said Angeles City is not the Angeles City of the 80s and 90s, guys. It's different. Koreans own everything now, from what I hear. Beach Tech said, Barangay, going to check it. I thought Cebu was just kind of a big city style. It is. But I mean, you saying for an experience, now if you're going to go to live, I would go to Cebu because Cebu City be your base, and then you could go north or south. You could go to Bantayan Island, Camotes Island, Manapasqua, Asla, Marlborough. I mean, the list goes on, man. You go right over to Moncton.
Oh, that's a good one.
What?
About Sam, they're getting ready for the time change.
It says, my time's going to stay the same, but not in the U.S.
I'm glad you brought that up, Sam.
Remember,
thank you. We don't change time here.
No, there's no time change here. So it's going to be, if we come on at 9:30, and it's 9:30 there now. 8:30. Yeah, it'll be 8:30. Okay. It's spring forward, fall back. So they're going to go back. We're going to be 13 hours ahead of them next week.
Thanks for bringing that up,
13 hours. Yeah, it's a great. Yeah. This is right. Okay. He said Manila's like New York. Cebu is almost LA.
Okay.
Right. More laid back. You know.
Well, man, he may be right if he's talking about the girls. But you can meet women anywhere.
Yeah, you can meet women anywhere. And remember, guys, if
Depends
you're
on
going
what
to
kind
come
of
here as
girls
a John, you better bring your bankroll with you.
I never came as a John.
I never came, but I'm just saying.
I came as a cheap Joe.
Because when you go in these bars, that's where a lot of the tens are. That's why they in the bars. Mm-hmm. You get hooked on that, man. You're going to spend a lot of money, man. You know. Why, when you can come over and get a yummy 6 or 7?
And a yummy 6 is a...
Oh, man, it's a 10 in the bar.
Yes.
Especially when she's 22, 23 years old. Come on, man. You guys don't understand it. Don't bring your Western thinking over here. You have no idea what that's like.
And
man.
These girls look like they have makeup on, and they don't have any makeup on. There's
nothing like a yummy 6 over here. You know.
I agree.
I mean, if you're lucky enough to get a yummy 8 or something, then my hat's off to you, man. But a yummy
even
6,
if you get a yummy 5,
22, 23 years old, man, you would thank me later, okay?
Well, Joe B, that'll be a cheap night for you because we're both old men. We don't go out and party that much.
Yeah,
but we appreciate it.
And hell, we go to Mahwani. Yeah, you on $20? No, 20.
Well, no, I'll have a few beers.
Oh yeah, well, still.
Yeah. I tell you, for the price of Mahwani is probably the best deal.
Jill said I need to patent the word yummy. Now they use yummy over here. They actually got a yum burger over here.
Well, like I say, pepperoni, so they use that too.
Yeah.
I saw that
they got a yum burger over here. They like yummy over
and
here.
And chicken actually. Joy.
Yeah. Maybe you ought to patent the word yummy 5. Yeah, that yummy 6. Alpina, he's been over here before many times.
So he knows.
He knows. But see, we bring an American thinking over here, man. You guys, when the last time you been with a 22, 23-year-old woman? They probably, since they were 22 or 23, where her hands feel like soft as butter. Not that hard stuff where they've been working on the assembly line all damn day, changing diapers for 20 years and all that stuff. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. She was a yummy 6. He says, Calvin, in your last video, you made the girl said to you, you can do anything you want to me. I never had that before in any hemisphere. What are you talking about? What was that like? That's why I got jungle fever.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
And imagine, I thought she was 22. She was 18. She said, you can do anything to me. I was like, Say that again? I had to hear it twice, John. And I promise you right now, okay, that was in 2009. That was 12 years ago. So she's 30 now and probably still looks good. I haven't seen her. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that green light. Give me the green light.
Well, if she's 30 though and hadn't hooked up with foreigners, she probably has bad dental work. That's the one thing. If you see a girl with bad teeth, it don't cost much to fix them.
Okay, I'm going for Miss Philippine. Never mind the 5. Well, I tell you what, and you can do that. I went to the mall yesterday, to the grocery store, and they had some contestants. There's a fiesta going on here. Whatever the beauty contest is called, man, I'm going to tell you something. That's another level of Filipinas that you're going to see over here. You see the regular Filipinas, and then you see these beauty pageant Filipinas. I call them Amazon. These women were all taller than me. They had on high heels, but they were all taller than me. And they're just on a whole other level. And they're probably going to want to leave the Philippines if you're able to meet one like that. You know, that's the only drawback to that. They're going to want to leave here. And if they can have a rich Filipino man, which they probably can, then you're really going to have some money dealing with that. Hey, Hal 2050, what's going on? He said, hit the like button, guys. Yeah, we're getting ready to get off here, guys. I want to thank y'all so much for the super chats, the super stickers, thumbs up. How many thumbs up we got, by the way? All your support for Sunshine Shoulders, man. You know, I should have 4 million views by now. I was right at it.
4 million is a lot of
That's a lot of views for this little channel, John.
What? 4 million is a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. 1 million is a lot. I don't take that stuff for granted, and people think I'm joking. 217. Let's see if we can get 250 before we get off here, guys. Come on.
Well, I appreciate everybody putting up with me. I mean, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Thank you.
That we can even help somebody, John. That they can look at us and say, hey, I can get some motivation out of that.
Calvin sent me a sketch this morning. Someone's making a comic strip of us. Oh, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. It looks just like John. This guy, his name is Emmett Murphy Jr. Him and his 10-year-old daughter, they live in Hawaii. And he said, man, we're going to come up with a comic strip for you. And they sent me the rough draft of John. Oh, my God. It'll make you laugh. I'm not going to post it. I would, but if he gives me permission, I'll post the draft. It looks just like John. It's crazy.
John, you're a hero. No, Harold, you are for all you spent.
Yeah. Well, no, him and John. Y'all the first two on my Sunshine Hall of Fame.
But I brought it and took it home.
It don't matter.
Like I say, I was hiding it.
Wow, it's about 110 grand.
Yeah, but I was hiding it.
Yeah. And this is true. RLVRV said Filipinos today use Facebook to get women. And a lot of my subscribers, they met their wives on Facebook.
Oh, really?
I didn't know you could do it, but because you got to be careful. Seems like all the women, the attractive women I see on Facebook, they always got a man somewhere in one of their posts, the photos, and you don't know who's single and who's not.
Well, I say I don't do Facebook. Too many exes.
Then, you know, but Facebook, I think they have like a dating app now or something. They changed their name, by the way, but still the same. Hey, but thank you guys so much again.
Thank you, Joe.
Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free.
Thank you, everybody.
Remember, next week we're gonna have the John drinking challenge again. I'll get him I'll get you bring the Tanduay, I'll get you beer.
I'll do a little bit of Tanduay.
So for every super chat, super sticker, John's gonna take a drink. Y'all like to see John get bombed, so we'll do that. Take care, everybody. I gotta go here and eat.